following is a Blazer Broadcasting sports presentation.
This is Blazer Cable, and these are the cable affiliates that make up the Blazer Cable Network.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, basketball fans, wherever you may be. NBA basketball, the Golden State Warriors in town at the Coliseum to take on the Portland Trailblazers, and it should be quite an afternoon of NBA basketball. Don Nelson and the Golden State Warriors. Steve, I guess he's been doing it with some magic. They're a pretty good road team. They've had all those injuries. Sprewell's getting many minutes. Chris Mullin is back, even though he's coming off the bench. Where are you to begin?
This is a team that has learned how, even though they haven't fared well here in Portland, they've learned how to play with injuries and get key people out. And I think if Nelson's taught them anything since a year ago is the ability to compete. And you look at what they've been able to do out on the road here in the early going. They're one of the best road teams in the NBA. And you would say they have the same record as Phoenix and New York.
Yes,
That's a surprise. But certainly with Nelson, the idea is that you play the hand that you have and you don't make excuses. You try to go out and do the best that you can.
Now, as far as the Blazers are concerned, young legs. Rick has changed things a little bit. The Robinsons, the Murrays.
Well, I think if these players are getting a chance to show that they're valuable and integral parts of the Trailblazer team in depth. And James Robinson is a tremendous talent in his own right. He didn't come out of school early just to sit around and watch these guys play. So he feels that he can get it done. And Tracy Murray has been begging for a chance to show that he has a tremendous perimeter game and can help the team. Murray coming off a strong game against the Indiana Pacers as he helped ignite the team. Did the same thing against the Golden State Warriors in that 21-point comeback that they had against them on Tuesday night.
Well, the Blazers are all upbeat. It's holiday time. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They could make it 5, which would be definitely the best in the Western Conference, and that's saying something with all the talent.
Well, it's saying something, but it's also saying something for them. It'd be a 5-game streak, and they could continue their winning ways and creep up on some folks.
NBA basketball. We'll be right back.
Are people moving to the Northwest for the scenery? For the wildlife? Or because this is the only place you can get the new Toyota 4x4s, the truck specially customized for the wildlife of the Northwest, with all these special features for a fast and rugged look, and a great selection to choose from.
You just had to give people another reason to move here, huh?
The new Toyota 4x4s, we call it the official truck of the Northwest, only at your Portland Metro Toyota dealers.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, while watching the Blazers? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light. Anyone have change for 20? We'll let him in here.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
Did you ever try to get something as simple as help on an airline? At Alaska Airlines, you'll find getting help is quite simple. More often than not, you won't even need to ask for it.
On a Sunday afternoon here at Portland's Memorial Coliseum, the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. Quite a schedule in the NBA. This day after the Christmas day. It's holiday time. Everybody's in a festive mood and attitude, and it should be an interesting game between the Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. Second time within a week that these two teams have faced one another, and Steve, being down by 21 and coming back and winning it like they did, the Blazers the other night, that was a feather in their cap.
That was a big boost of confidence for them because they hadn't been playing well, and to go down there and struggle and then suddenly be able to turn it around certainly makes them feel good about themselves and their abilities, and that's what you need. You need a game like that that seems to bring the team together, turn the season around. We'll find out whether they can play start to finish against these Warriors who blew out the next opponent, the LA Clippers.
A national anthem being performed by Shira from the local group Perfect 10. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And that was Shira from the local group Perfect 10 and her rendition of our national anthem this late Sunday afternoon, the day after Christmas. Now for the introduction of both the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers, here's public address announcer Mike Stone.
Members of the Golden State Warriors with head coach Don Nelson, assistant coaches Greg Popovich, Don Nelson, and Paul Pressey, and the trainer Tom Epdenauer. A 5'7" guard, number 2, Keith Jennings. A 6'10" forward, number 11, Josh Grant. A 6'7" forward, number 17, Chris Mullen. A 6'5" forward, number 21, Byron Houston. A 6'10" forward center, number 25, Chris Gatling. A 6'6" guard forward, number 35, Judd Bushler. And now the starting five for the Golden State Warriors. At one forward, 6'10", number 4, Chris Webber. At the other forward, 6'9", number 30, Billy Owens. Starting at center for the Warriors, 6'10", number 52, Victor Alexander. At one guard, 5'11", number 6, Avery Johnson. And at guard, 6'5", number 15, Latrell Sprewell.
Down the other end.
And now your Portland Trailblazers with head coach Rick Edelman, assistants Jack Shallow, John Wetzel, and Kip Potta, and the trainer Mike Schmitzky. Here's your starting five. And one forward, 6'9", number 44, Harvey Grant. And the other forward, 6'8", number 52, Bob Williams. At center, 6'10", number 3, Clifford Robinson. Starting at a guard, 6'3", number 1, Ron Strickland. And at guard, 6'3", number 30, Terry Porter.
The Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers, one of many games being played around the NBA today. We'll bring you up to date from time to time on other scores. Great sports weekend, and these two teams are getting it on. Has Nelly been able to do it with some magic or mirrors or what, Steve?
Well, he has. He's one of those guys that has always believed in making adjustments and changing. He's got bigger people now, and he's been able to get some really good performances. And I think the most outstanding performance he's gotten so far and consistent one has been the play of Latrell Sprewell.
Billy Owens, the third-year pro out of Syracuse University, talked to us prior to the game about the Warrior road record.
Besides all the injuries we had, I think we're playing great as a team. You know, we got a key player down right now, Timmy Hardaway, but Chris Mullin came back a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and he's starting to get in the flow of things. But with all the injuries, I think we're doing a good job, and I think, you know, we're going to continue to get better.
Wow, there are the lineups for tonight, Steve. Interesting matchups as always.
Well, the one to keep an eye on is at the power position. Buck Williams against the young #1 pick in the NBA draft, Chris Webber. Webber was in foul trouble in that ball game down in Golden State. Did come up with the key play to tie the ball game out. However, he came back with a triple-double in a blowout against the Clippers.
Right.
And the one thing you want to remember, 12 assists in that ball game. This kid can pass the ball.
Steve Javi, Kenny Maurer, who tossed the ball in the air, and Mark Wunderlich will work the game today. Blazers get the opening tap, and they have the first possession. Grant fakes, drives on Alexander, and a reach-in by Victor. And that didn't take long for Victor. And you like his game,
well, I do, but one of the concerns for Victor Alexander and Don Nelson is he's one of those guys that gets fouls in clusters, and sometimes that keeps them from really getting a rhythm of the game. They switch in everything, and that means they got a mismatch out in front and in the backcourt as well. Harvey Grant with the shot.
Going to be short, and Owens up with the rebound, and the Blazers fail to score. Avery Johnson, he'll run the show. A lot of talent on this Warrior team, young talent. They know what happened to them the other night. Up by 21 and losing it. Let's see what happens here today. Billy Owens inside. And they score. Chris Webber to the far side. They're a good rebounding team, too, just like the Blazers are. Porter 4-2. And that doesn't go, and Webber skies. Warriors lead early 2-0. And he drives and he scores. Sprewell, I'll tell you, he is playing a lot of minutes. He's averaging about 44.
He could play the most minutes since Chamberlain set the record most minutes played in the NBA. Porter comes back after the first miss and gets that one to go in.
So it's 4-2 early in the ball game. Blazers have one more game to be played. That'll be on Wednesday night. The Clippers here in town. And then the brand new year starts. Avery Johnson wide open. Drills it too. Avery Johnson.
If there's an improvement in Avery Johnson's game, it's a willingness to take and make that little perimeter 15-foot jump shot. Before teams were giving it to him, he wasn't even looking at it. As a Warrior, he's been looking at it and knocking it down. Strickland.
Yeah, he was going to take the shot, found a little opening, and drove the baseline and put it up and in. It's 6-4. Avery Johnson, 5'11", 6-year pro out of Southern University.
Where you want to see Portland improve is where Cliff Robinson is up pressuring the ball. Sprewell beats Porter on the cut. You want to make sure that you have the aggressive edge at the defensive end.
He's averaging 20 points a game. That's 16th in the league. He's got 6 already tonight. Grant shuffles, gets to the foul line, leans into one, and it's iron. That's all. And here come the Warriors in a breakaway. Sprewell. Oh, he couldn't catch up with the pass. They try to tap it ahead to him. Nelly looking on. He doesn't want that at all. Turnovers. Change of pace dribble by Rod Strickland. Avery Johnson guarding him. Back out to Robinson from the elbow. Drills it. 2-point game for Cliff. He's the 15th leading scorer in the league.
Come on, Vic.
Just ahead of Latrell Sprewell of the Warriors.
They like to use Billy Owens as a passer to move the ball a lot. Sprewell, who last year came in and got in one of those hot streaks that he can get in from the three-point line, misses his first chance. Porter.
Gonna drive. Hand to the Robinson. Game is tied. That's the way to get it done. Penetration, dishing it off. And on the weak side got the ball, and Clifford's got 4. We're even at 8 apiece.
how Weber does down on the post. He bullies his way into position. Now can he score out of it? Good move.
Yes, sir. Good move.
He showed the fake to the baseline the first time. Buck Williams didn't go for it, and then he came back and left it open.
Robinson to tie and no, and Billy Owen skies for the Warriors, and here they come. They lead 10-8. Billy stops, shoots. Going to be short. Victor Alexander, the putback. Oh, they've had too many of those early. That's his first bucket of the game. Just that quick. The Warriors back up by 4. These two teams are going to get it on today. You watch. Strickland from out on top. Nope, they missed their last 2 attempts. And the Warriors back the other way.
This is where Billy Owens really is most effective in transition and making plays off the dribble. Nice cut and feed.
And a no-look pass. He looked right and just put the ball on the floor. Perfect bounce pass by Avery Johnson. Beautifully done. And they've reeled off 6 in a row here. Pick and roll, Buck Williams. Drop the ball, it's loose in the paint. Here comes Sprewell to Avery Johnson. Grant behind him, switches, put it up and in. Avery Johnson, that's an 8-0 run. We're going to have a timeout. Timeout called by Portland, 7:15 to go in the opening period. The Warriors on an 8-0 run.
Tonight's another All-Star ballot night. Voting now for the Western Conference players is 2 forwards, 2 guards, 1 center for each conference. Then pass the balance over to the right or to the center.
You know, when you have movement with the basketball, and we'll stop it right here, stop it right there. Now, you see Rod Strickland in the position that he's in. His body is taking him this way, so that means that Avery Johnson is going to be able to get by and get in here. Now, when you let it roll, you can see that Rod Strickland now is trying to make an adjustment. Billy Owens just cuts to the hoop, and it's an easy 2. So when Rod Strickland runs out, he's got to have his position where he can maintain his balance. So you take a look at Terry Porter, who spotlight him right up here against the defense of the Warriors. Now you let this run, and you're going to see him be able to break down Latrell Sprewell, get all the way into the middle, and that leaves Cliff Robinson throwing it down. So defensively, you've got to be able to stay in front of your man, and in both situations, the defender was not able to, and easy hoops were scored as a result.
One of the big stats early in the ball game, despite the Warriors' 8-0 run, rebounds. Warriors 7, Portland 1.
Warriors have been active on the offensive glass and been able to put the ball back in. Portland has shot a lot of jump shots. They've been limited to just 1 scoring opportunity if it doesn't go in, and then they pushed it back the other way.
There are the percentages early in the ball game. The Warriors 8 for 11, Portland 4 of 9, and as we told you a short while ago, the rebounding stat. Oh, that hurts. Portland the best rebounding team in the league. Warriors aren't too shabby themselves. Again, they're on an 8-0 run, and they lead by 8.
See if Portland moves the ball and moves people in the direction of the hoop as they get a foul against Avery Johnson.
Warriors 6 of 7 on layup attempts. So they're doing it at both ends of the floor. New 24. Owen slapped the ball away from Grant. He chased it down, lobbed it over to Strickland, starts to penetrate, and then threw it away. Here comes Sprewell, and he starts to drive, and he is fouled.
Good foul by Porter, because if he was able to continue on, they had a fast break that was going to produce 2 more points right at the rim. So the aggressiveness at the Warriors at the defensive end, they've been more alert. They've got control of the game right now. Portland has to respond. Now Portland and Rod Strickland, they should be up on the ball. They shouldn't be giving ground and let the Warriors cut and then trying to react. They're sagging off Weber.
Similar start for Portland the other night down in the Bay Area. Found themselves down by 21. They made the comeback a few nights ago. Now they're down by 8 right now. They need to score here. Porter's going to try and does. Penetration again. Driving the baseline. Terry Porter, nicely done. He's got 4 points in the game.
Nelson is hollering for a quicker pace from his team. He wants them to get from the defensive end to the offensive end quicker. Now, 2 quick outside jump shots by the big men. Now, that's allowed Portland to get the ball and get a chance to get back into the game.
Order from Strickland. Going to challenge Sprewell. Little fadeaway. Looks good and is good. Tough shot. Sprewell all over Terry Porter. GP's got 6. It's a 4-point game now. Need a stop. Weber.
You see Buck Williams dancing in and out. He's trying to stay legal. Alexander can make that shot.
And he does too. From out on top, Victor Alexander. He's got 4 in the game. 6'10", third year out of Iowa State.
The funny thing is Alexander can make that as a jump shot. Can't make that as a free throw.
It's amazing, isn't it? Buck Williams, hook shot. And Weber up with another rebound for Chris. Now Buck chases him down. Weber bounce pass in the lane intended for Owens. Batted away. It's loose. Takes down by Terry Porter. Another Warrior turnover. Nelly doesn't like that. Porter drives. Leaves it for Grant. Swing it. Cliff off the glass. Yes. Cliff Robinson. Six points in the game for Cliff. Again, a 4-point Warrior lead early in the game. About 4:50 to go. Over to Sprewell. Alexander hand the ball back. Being bothered by Porter. Good defensive job by Terry Porter. Shot clock at 5. They're going to have to get the shot. Here's Alexander. Drills it. Right side of the circle. Victor Alexander. He has hit his last 2. He's got 6 in the game.
Big fella can shoot the ball, and he likes to face the basket to make most of his offensive play, so you just can't concede him the jumper. They foul Strickland before he gets a shot away.
Ball was made by Kenny Maurer. Owens picks up the foul. It'll be his first.
You can see Owens realizes he's in trouble and just grabs at the ball and gets Strickland.
That's their 3rd team foul. Blazers set it up. Robinson pops. Looking inside, nobody there. Now he's going to drive. He's got to give it up. He does, and Strickland goes around and out. And Billy Owens and the Warriors, they get the ball. Wheels and deals down to Avery. But Rod Strickland getting back quickly, and the ball out of bounds off Rod's hand.
Now, where the Warriors are going to hurt themselves in transition is their decision making. Owens had good control of the ball, but trying to make a difficult pass. They were fortunate to get it back. They worked the Sprewell down on the box.
There he goes. He can pop it, and he does. Little head fake, spin move, and Sprewell gets his 6th point of the game. 22-14. The Warriors. Here's Porter looking inside again. That's not working. He takes the outside springer. And it's sprung right to the corner, and Robinson chases it down. But he takes the shot. Billy Owens picks him up. Down to Strickland underneath. Buck Williams slapped away and picked off by Avery Johnson. Long pass to Sprewell. Perfectly done. Fans at the other end wanted a foul. You heard a body slap for sure, but no whistle.
Trying to post up Buck Williams, and they can't get him the ball, and they force the ball. Sprewell with the steal. They get it back.
Buck Williams going to challenge Alexander. He does and scores. Blazers get lucky and get one, and Buck Williams has 2. 24-16. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Avery Johnson, Strickland out to reach him, and on a delayed whistle, it's going to be on Rod Strickland. And we have a timeout call by the Warriors. 2:54 to go in the opening quarter. Warriors lead. One more game to be played in 1993. That'll be Wednesday night. The Los Angeles Clippers are in town. They seem to be having their problems as well, Steve, down there in the Southland. The Clips.
Now, the Clippers have been struggling for sure and trying to find a way to get their rhythm. The Trailblazers cost up a game to them earlier this season. They want to get it back. You can see Portland hustling defensively after being beaten. Harvey Grant stays after the ball, is able to poke it away. Terry Porter finally gets it. and puts Portland back in transition. Portland's got to be more aggressive defensively. Right now, they're reacting rather than initiating, and that really is the key at the defensive end. You're trying to take away what your opponent wants to do. Right now, Portland is allowing the Warriors to get to the spot and make the cuts that they want.
Victor Alexander, your guy.
Heavy V.
Oh, man.
And, he came into the NBA out of Iowa State, and he was heavier than he is now. Got himself in Don Nelson's doghouse. The injuries from a year ago have allowed him to become a player. And tonight, the lights are on, and the Golden State Warriors, they have the advantage on the hustle board, particularly in the rebound area.
What's on tap? Well, our next cable game. It'll be Portland against the Utah Jazz. That'll be live 1 week from today. Same time, 5 o'clock. To order pay-per-view, call your cable company and be with us. The Jazz in Portland a week from today on Blazer Cable. Well, here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, off the bench. Fans have been waiting for this. James Robinson. Mark Bryant also checks into the Blazer lineup.
Avery Johnson at the line.
Portland 8 for 16, and the Warriors are 12 of 17. Points in the paint, that's a big stat right there. Avery Johnson misses the first free throw attempt. Avery with one more, and he gets that to go. Make it 25-16. That's the Warriors' biggest lead of the game so far. Johnson on Rod Strickland. James Robinson, Hollywood, chewing that gun.
And they need a cutter right there. When they double team, Portland needs to have some people going to the hoop.
Grant from the opposite side. He likes to shoot on the other side of the floor, but it was wide open, and they got Harvey the ball.
Avery Johnson was the point guard as Byron Houston sheds Mark Bryant, throws him to the floor. But Avery Johnson was a point guard a year ago for the San Antonio Spurs, and looked like he should have been the guard this year. But they had no job available for him, couldn't get together on a contract, and he was available. And when Tim Hardaway went down, they picked Avery Johnson up. He's got a 2-year deal, so he knows at least he'll be around for a couple of more seasons.
Chris Mullin back in the lineup, coming off the bench now, and he has not yet been able to get in good rhythm to shoot. One of these nights he's going to break out of it. Here's Grant around Mullin, driving, and Mullin slapped the ball away. Grant hits the deck hard. Chris Mullin's going to help him up.
Mullin plays good defense from the rear. He's always been a guy that's played the ball well. What Grant is upset about is Houston. He thought he undercut him.
Yeah. 5 seconds on the clock now. James Robinson is open. City. All right. That's his first bucket of the game coming off the bench. It's a 5-point game now. The Warriors. And at 45 to go. Mullin behind the back pass. Byron Houston underneath to Victor Alexander before he attempted the shot. 3-second violation. Your big guy was camped in there.
Well, when you're that big, sometimes 3 seconds is not quite as long to you as it is to someone else. He had a painful look on his face because he thought he had a layup.
See if the Blazers can capitalize on the Warrior turnover. Cliff Robinson, little fadeaway. He's not going to get this one. And they fail to score, and there's Sprewell again around the iron. He gets it done. Avery Johnson.
One thing Avery Johnson is going to have to do is learn how to play as he cuts and goes and gets a nice pass from Alexander is play with Chris Mullin. Learn where Mullin likes to get the ball and when he likes to get it.
That could be a 4-point turnaround. Here's Mark Bryant. 5-footer, doesn't get to go. Rebound, James Robinson. Finger rolls his way up and in. James Robinson, 4 points off the Blazer bench. Again, it's a 5-point Warrior lead. 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Alexander the pick. Avery doesn't take advantage of it.
Well, they were trying to run a 2-man game and get the ball into Alexander. They finally do, but it ends up in a turnover.
Yeah, Mark Bryant broke up that play to Robinson down the floor to James. He spins. He's got 2 men on him. Finds Grant. Grant back to Cliff Robinson.
They got a mismatch. Avery Johnson reaches in and knocks it away.
Tracy Murray will check in for the final 25 seconds of the first period. Harvey Grant will sit down. Harvey off to a rather tough start. He got bumped pretty good in that collision a little while ago, and Mike Cheminsky's working on him. That's one reason for the substitution. Clifford Robinson takes Houston baseline, banks it, it's not there, and Sprewell gets the long rebound. Blazers fail to score to take advantage here. Over to Mullen. Hands back to Avery Johnson. They'll play for the final shot. 6, 5. It's coming down. Who's going to do it? Avery Johnson in the paint. Over to Chris Mullen. Hits! As the horn sounds, Chris Mullen from the corner. And after one, the Warriors lead 30-22.
Friends Trailblazers trading cards are here now. Get one card free in every loaf of both Friends and Williams Premium White and 100% wheat bread. 20 cards in all. Full color shots of all your favorite Blazers, the coaches, and 6 special theme cards. A different card is issued each week. Don't miss a single one. Friends Trailblazers trading cards available free in every loaf of both Friends and Williams Premium White and 100% wheat bread. Start collecting your set today.
Oh, no, not again. If the winner of 93 is anything like the winner of 92, it might be a good time to have a serious talk with your battery experts at Les Schwab. No matter what winter brings, you'll find a battery for every start. You'll like the price and you'll like the installation. It's free. Les Schwab, just like in tires. Your place for batteries, for whatever you drive.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open.
And all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
Hey Blazers fans, right now look for these specially marked packages of Coca-Cola products. You could be an instant winner of a pair of tickets to a Blazers home game. Always go for a winner, always Coca-Cola.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power. Plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP, on the move.
Dear Santa, all we want for Christmas is, and you see there, James Robinson. He came off the bench. He's got 4 quick points. We talked to James prior to the game. Well, what do you try to do to bring to the game?
When I get in the game, I expect to hustle a lot and make the other guys kind of hustle and just pick it up a little bit and just make the game fun so we can win.
And he does make it fun, that's for sure. Portland 11 for 22. Warriors 14 for 20. That's 70% to 50%. Here's the stat for you. And it's an 8-point game.
Well, where Portland has got to do a better job is at this end of the floor. They got to begin to control the Warriors and make it difficult for them to get shots. Alexander, almost a good bounce.
But it popped out. And the Blazers take advantage. Strickland's going to drive, leaves it for Mark Bryant, who did not expect the pass right between his hands as Rick looks on. You remember a few nights ago, the Blazers struggled early in the Bay Area against the Warriors, but came back. They're down by 8 now. There's Mullen with Murray on him. Let's try and take advantage of Tracy, and Tracy hammered it.
You can see Tracy Murray is up, and as Mullen goes up, he gets him across the arm inadvertently on the way up. What he's got to remember is Mullen is left-handed. You want to force him to come back to his right hand. This is one of the best players at playing in little seams and cracks in the NBA. So if you give him any kind of daylight, he's going to be able to figure out a way to get a shot off.
It's just his 5th game since coming back from the injuries. And he makes the score 31-22. Blazers haven't scored in a spell here. Strickland double team, finds Cliff Robinson, shoots. Mullen had it, but couldn't hang on to it. Chris Mullen.
One thing that you'll note, when Byron Houston is in the ball game, it's difficult for the Blazers to get a pick and roll game on his man. He's extremely strong. Sprewell with the steal.
Boy, he diagnosed that one perfectly. Latrell, and he goes. It'll be good if it goes. It doesn't, and he's fouled by Rod Strickland. Picks up his second personal foul. Rod does. And the Warriors go right back to the line.
Sprewell is hardly sweating. He's already put in 12 minutes and been everywhere out on the floor, but he has learned a lot from a year ago. He's more aggressive offensively. He came in with the reputation of being a good defensive player, and he's showing that with his anticipating quality.
Again, he's averaging almost 49 minutes a game. Blazers bring in Terry Porter after sitting for a spell, so it will be Porter, James Robinson, Tracy Murray, Bryant, and Cliff Robinson. Sprewell, number 24th player selected in the draft, went to Florida for a few hours, and all of a sudden he's in the Bay Area. He's got 10 points in the game. 33-22, the biggest lead. Robinson spins in the middle at the dotted line and contact. Avery Johnson picks up the foul. That's his second of the ball game. Nelly might have to go to the bench pretty quick for Avery.
He cut off the penetration, but Cliff Robinson spins away, and from the rear, Avery Johnson picks up the personal. Avery's been pretty good so far in playing with his hands against bigger people and knocking the ball away. Cliff Robinson against Indiana, a solid ball game.
Sure did. Missed the first free throw attempt here. You've got to make your free throws. Got the second. 7 points in the game for Cliff. 10-point game. Victor Alexander, Cliff Robinson up on him. Shot clock down to 10 for the Warriors. Avery looking. About to pass baseline, Mullen. His shot is blocked. Cliff Robinson blazes up to the ball. Robinson wheels and deals, shake and bake. Bryant, he wanted to jam it. The play was there. They don't score. All he had to do was lay it down. He rattled the cage as Avery Johnson doesn't get anything. And we're going to have a loose ball foul. Victor Alexander picks up his second personal foul.
Alexander's going to have to come out of the ball game. Nelson has a good game going for him as we go back and take a look at Mullen getting wiped away on the baseline by Cliff Robinson on the weak side. So Robinson goes out of the ball game for Portland. Reggie Smith comes in. Alexander goes down. Chris Webber is in for the Warriors.
Portland with the ball. Tracy Murray around Mullen. Shoots. Mullen got a piece of the ball. Is short. Mark Bryant is there. Asperger can call it a pass if he wants to. Webber picks up the foul. His second of the game. 2:24. Murray will inbound. Warriors lead 33-23. 9:58 to go in the first half.
I think they call that foul against Houston. That's his second. Webber's yet to get a personal foul.
You're right. Wrong foul. From outside, James Robinson. He has done it again. Hollywood, the youngster out of Alabama. He's got 6 in the game. Mullen through the paint.
Mullen trying to take advantage of Tracy Murray on him, get him up in the air, and scores.
A little contact there too, but no whistle. Chris Mullen off the Warrior bench has 6 points. James Robinson again. Cross court to Porter, tapped to the Murray from the corner for 2. No. And Mullen with the ball. This Sprewell, a nice tap pass. 3-on-1. Sprewell gave it up, got it back and scored. Latrell Sprewell looking to get back on D. Got a total of 12 in the game. James Robinson gets loose at the other end and scores. He's got 8 points. Well, he wants to spark his teammates. He's doing everything he can inside. Webber had the ball knocked away. They kick it ahead to James Robinson.
He traveled and tried to decide which way he wanted to spin away from the defense of the Warriors. Comes inside, sees Weber trying to find a way to power his way up and slaps the ball out of his hands. And out of it, he's trying to spin away from Sprewell. Moved his feet too soon.
Houston from downtown drills it. Byron Houston. That's his first. 6'5" out of Oklahoma State. 39-27. Whistle away from the ball. Mark Bryant knocked down. Byron Houston, his third of the game.
Now that's the one thing that Houston is going to have to be able to get under control. He's always been a guy that's gotten fouls and clusters, and he relies a little bit too much on his strength. He won't let a player run, and he has got strength enough to just hold him out with his arm.
Reggie Smith worked his way into the middle of the paint. He turned around and drilled it for his first two of the game. That's a big basket for Portland at this stage of the ball game. They're back within 10 now. Now they need the defensive job at the other end.
They're trying to set up Chris Webber against Reggie Smith, and they're trying to do it with two-man play, a screen and roll, if they can get it. Avery Johnson, a little running right-hander. And when was the last time you saw him do anything with his right hand?
It's been a long time.
He's one of those left-handed people that you think would starve if he had to go right.
Smith got it to go. That didn't look like it had enough oomph on it, but it went down. He's got 4. Reggie, 10-point game again.
You know, Reggie's from the Bay Area. He knows this game is going back. Wants to put on a little show for the people down at home. 2 fadeaway jump shots. Going to get a illegal defense.
That was on Terry Porter. That's the Blazers' first warning. So ball out along the side and a new 24.
A high wire act comes into the ball game for the Warriors, and that's Gatling. Gatling is a guy that plays extremely emotional, and he has a tendency to tire himself out in a short period of time.
Sprewell just backed his way in. He's got 14 in the game. 6 of those here in the second period. 43-31. Murray falling up on him, doing a good job on Tracy. Robinson, Porter, fakes, goes to his right, puts it up. Right on the cage and went down. Shooter's touch there for TP. 8 points for Terry Porter. Again, Warriors by 10. Avery Johnson to Gatling. Finger rolls his way in. What a pass by Avery Johnson to Chris Gatling. He's the old Gatling gun that time to get it to get down. Mark Bryant, they kick it into him, and Gatling picks up the foul. And a timeout has been called by Portland. 6:44 to go in the half, and the Warriors lead 45-33.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence. The experience to get the job done right and a reputation for quality. Having what you need on hand, putting the parts together for the best possible performance. Being in the pros takes a special brand of confidence, and for professionally trained technicians, that confidence is CarQuest. CarQuest, welcome to the pros.
Miller Genuine Draft Rusty Wallace Stock Car. See it. Hear it. Feel it. Catch it, if you can.
Well, I think that's the big question on everybody's mind today. Should I have managed care? What is it? And it means a lot of different things to a lot of people. And what we're seeking to do in a managed care program is manage the care. Try to be certain that the care that's delivered is what's necessary, no more, no less. And I think if we can get the physician involved with the cost of the care, so he knows what it's costing, he thinks about that, then I think we'll get at the essence of managing the care. And then I think it can be cost effective for people like you and for your employees.
In the second quarter, Steve, Warriors still having the upper echelon in the statistical department.
Both teams shooting the ball well here, though, and that's an indication that offensively the teams are getting the ball to people where they can do some damage. The Warriors are still getting the better of the shots in the paint. Portland would like to improve in that area.
Murray, Buck Williams. He was going to come into the ball game, but he'll have to wait. Mark Bryant remains in there. Porter and James Robinson in the backcourt. Reggie Smith, Tracy Murray, and Mark Bryant. And Mark will go to the line. Perfect night so far for James Robinson. Buck Williams will check in as soon as he can. Mark at the line.
Gatling put Portland into the penalty on that foul, so Bryant gets a couple of free throws before getting out of the ball game.
Gets the first one to go down, starting tomorrow here in this building. The great Far West Classic will unfold. That's always a fun time. Oregon, Oregon State, University of Portland, UNC out of Wilmington in North Carolina. Mark Bryant with one more free throw. And Chris Webber, the All-American from Michigan, picks up another rebound. Portland getting out-rebounded 15-9 by the Warriors. Avery Johnson, trying a little alley-oop too high. And Chris didn't time it properly.
High and behind him, but he had to play as he came up and then spun away. Tracy Murray out of the ball game as well as Bryant.
And Rod Strickland back into the ball game and Buck Williams. 45-34. The Warriors. Blazers playing catch-up in a quarter. Takes a shot, gets it to Strickland. He hits. Porter had ideas of taking the shot. Mullen on the switch was on him, but he dished it off. Rod with 4 in the game. Here's a steal. Breakaway, James Robinson. Hollywood. Yes!
Mullen just handed that one to James Robinson. He took care of it as they were setting up a play, and Mullen didn't see the defender cut.
7-point game now. Gatling, Avery Johnson. Alley-oop to Sprewell.
That was a big grab and catch.
You better believe it.
Because that ball was a little behind Sprewell as well, but he was able to control it and put it in.
That's an athlete. Here's Porter driving, finds Strickland. He'll try again. He doesn't get it. Porter keeps it alive. Back to James Robinson. Oh, it was there for 3, but it wouldn't stay. Boy, this crowd would have gone nuts if that would have gone in. Mullen with his back to the basket gets the glass. That's all. Pass. Porter tap to Strickland. He scores. He's fouled. That gets the home folks up.
Don Nelson is telling Avery Johnson, if you're going to foul him before he shoots the ball. Don't let him shoot the ball and then foul. That's Avery's 3rd personal foul.
Would be a 6-point game after being down by 12. With 6:44 to go, we're down to 5:08 remaining in the half. Big free throw. It's there. 47-41. Again, they need a defensive stand. The spark plug off the bench again has been James Robinson. Cliff Robinson back into the Blazer lineup now. A pass to Mullen in the corner, too high from Chris Webber. Don Nelson, turnovers. That's what's going through his mind.
Well, the thing that's probably right now is the turnovers are unforced. They're not really being pressured, and they're making some bad decisions with the basketball. They got James Robinson going against Billy Owens. Tough try.
Way short that time. Gatling, Avery Johnson.
There's another example of just getting used to playing with the guy. The idea was the right one, but Mullen pulled up. Porter for 3.
Doesn't go. Here comes Mullen. Mullen with James Robinson behind him. Change of pace dribble, and he goes. Throws it up. It's blocked. It's loose. Chase down. James Robinson. Wheels and deals. Ahead to Porter. Oh, he slips and falls, and the Warriors get it back. Avery Johnson. 3-on-1 over to Gatling. And Buck Williams got a hand on it. And then it went out of bounds off the Warriors. Portland ball.
They're giving the Warriors the ball. Gatling thought he just lost control of it, so Portland is seeing a call go against him, but you'll see Gatling coming in, and he lost the ball. He just lost the ball. Buck Williams actually got a piece of his elbow.
Yeah, yes, okay. They got ourselves a little 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout. Golden State has turned the ball over 10 times. The Blazers now with 8. Well, they show the replay here in the Coliseum. Fans don't like it. 19 seconds on the 24-second clock, and the Warriors will inbound.
The Warriors have come down with the last 3 possessions and turned the ball over. That's allowed Portland to get back in the ball game. Nelson wanted to make sure that his team came up with a good, solid scoring opportunity. That's the reason for the 20-second timeout.
Portland will inbound. Harvey Grant back in the Blazer lineup now. Mullen gets it back at the inbound play, and we have a foul charged against Chris Mullen. His first, another turnover.
You have predicted with Steve Gavi and Ken Maurer working this game, we would see some technicals. Actually, Portland gets a break on that call because Buck Williams was reaching in, and they give the charge against Mullen.
Now let's see if the Blazers can capitalize again. To Strickland, baseline drive, back to Robinson for a jam. They double-teamed Rod Strickland underneath. Robinson, Cliff took off, got it and jammed it. Timeout, Warriors.
The thing that the Warriors make a mistake on is getting down deep on Rod Strickland. You can see 2 men right here around Rod Strickland. That means that Cliff Robinson, who's here, is going to be wide open, and you can see the defense, the Warriors right here, allowing him to get down the lane. As you let it run, you can see they collapse. The defender doesn't come in time to Rod Strickland. Billy Owens gets there too late, and that allows Cliff Robinson to dunk.
I love this game. The fans are loving it right now. Portland down by 12, but it's a 4-point game now with 3:39 remaining in the first half. Young James Robinson not in the lineup right now. It was 5 for 7, 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. He sparked the comeback.
At one point, the Warriors are 6 or 10, shooting 60%. Then they come back and have 6 turnovers in a quarter, and Portland gets back in the game. Portland yet to really control the Warriors. They get a long miss, and Porter on the fly.
Yes, beautiful end-to-end pass. Buck Williams, the rebound. He immediately lobbed it to a breaking Terry Porter. Easy 2. He's got 10 in the game, 4 in the quarter. 2-point game now.
See if Portland's defense gets sticky. Rod Strickland to steal.
Here he goes. Leaves it for Grant. Game is tied. And the Warriors, with the game tied, take a 20-second timeout. Holy backboard.
The defense of the Trailblazers suddenly gets more aggressive, and Rod Strickland makes a steal, knowing that Harvey Grant is there. It's an easy 2 over the top for Grant, and the crowd is on their feet, sensing that the Trailblazers have now got some momentum. After being down 12, turnovers have allowed Portland to get back in it, and Don Nelson is trying to get his team to steady down and get back to making the plays at the basket where they were cutting to the hoop and scoring easily inside to Alexander.
Prior to the basket by Alexander, Portland was on a 14-2 run. The Warriors had 6 turnovers in slightly better than 3 minutes. Victor Alexander puts them up by 2 again.
Turnovers will kill you, particularly the unforced kind. Warriors haven't done a bad job defensively, but you're not going to be able to do anything for yourself if you're just going to give the opponent scoring chance.
Broken play, but the Blazers get the ball back again, and Strickland now with 9 points ties the game. Mullen to untie. He doesn't. Long rebound to Porter. We got a 3-on-2. Porter, Robinson tapped it. Cut. Williams, they score. Portland with the lead.
Now Portland gets the lead. They've rebounded the ball better, and out of those long misses, they have pushed the ball, and they've been able to run. The Warriors now getting ready to put Mr. Jennings in and want a little speed and quickness in the backcourt. Owens turns it over.
Strickland with a steal, about past the Porter, breakaway. He scores! Six in the quarter. 12 for the game. Terry Porter. Portland with their biggest lead of the game.
Big surge, and the Warriors trying to steady down. Mullen missed that one.
Got it back. Eyes a 3-pointer, but he's going to drive instead. Underneath to Victor Alexander. Batted away. Owens. Warriors get it back. Floats to the corner. Mullen for 3. No.
Mullen still struggling to find a shooting touch. And with any kind of playing time, he begins to miss. Porter right by Alexander, can't finish.
Oh boy, he really put a move on Victor Alexander. It doesn't score, but Victor, when he wanted to inbound the ball, had 1 foot out of bounds. Blazers will get the ball back.
Porter just short on that, and Alexander get the rebound, and he's out of bounds.
Great job, guys. Terrific. Blazers get it back. Porter. Porter leaves it for Grant. He unloads. And that one doesn't go. Here comes Billy Owens. Portland leading 53-49, 45 seconds to go. Sprewell back in, fake, shoots. Cliff Robinson had the ball, lost it. Alexander broke it up, but there was Buck Williams. Portland ball. They get it anyway. Strickland on the drive, fakes, puts it up, maybe short. No. Rebound. Probably should have passed off that time. Here comes Sprewell. 25 seconds left. Sprewell up the middle. Oh, they let him take the shot, and it doesn't go. They get a break. Grant again with another rebound.
Well, Sprewell got all the way to the basket. He didn't really want to do that, but once he found the lane open, he was able to get in there. He just missed a good running layup, and that gets Portland the last chance before the intermission.
Who's going to take it? Porter, Grant, corner, on its way. What a comeback. There's the horn. The first half is over. The Blazers with a terrific second quarter after being down by 12 twice, made the charge back, and at the halfway mark, Portland leading 55-49.
Although J.D. Power & Associates ranked Toyota Paseo best model and initial quality in its price class, here's some things they might have missed. On warm days, it runs a little hot. It can be noisy at high speeds. And sometimes, it's hard to get out of first gear. Other than that, Paseo is a very practical car from Toyota.
Who are the Portland Trailblazers? I mean, really, don't you want to know? What do they do off the court? Player interviews? I live for them. I want full-color action photos of my favorites. A poster? Bonus! It's all in Rip City Magazine, the definitive source for up-to-date info on the Blazers and what's happening in the NBA. It's on newsstands everywhere, or get your own subscription. Call 1-800-600-DUNK. I did. Rip City Magazine. Get it!
Okay, so I don't know basketball, but I do know about saving energy. That's why our Energy Financer program is on the team of the new arena project. But you don't have to build an arena. Our Energy Financer program works for any size building. So if you want to score some savings, just give Pacific Power a shot. Hey, maybe I do know this game.
High-octane BP Super. Lately, it's been attracting a lot of attention. It's BP's best choice in quality gasolines. Only BP Super has high octane, the highest level of engine cleaning power, plus an unconditional fuel system guarantee. No other gasoline gives you all this. Any wonder it's created such a following? BP on the move.
Portland leading the Golden State Warriors at the halfway mark, 55-49. They outscored the Warriors 33-19, allowing the Warriors just 19 points. They did it with defense, and they were sparked by young James Robinson. He got his teammates all gathered together, and they came back again and outscored the Warriors 33-19. Going on at the Coliseum right now, the Toyota Mini Grand Prix. It's quite a feature from time to time throughout the basketball season here in the hardwood. Those miniature racing cars. Let's watch them for a spell here.
Oh, and we have the red car. He's going back. He's going forward. And the white car will get one. Oh, and now it looks like he's going to have a race. Oh, and the red car of John Owen spins out, coming around it. Now we're going to have a race. The red car of John Owen. He's down by one. The white car is one lap down, but it looks like he can come up. And then we have the red car of John Owen. He's still out front. He had a little bit of a problem getting a little sideways, going down the back straightaway.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, Mike, this is the last motorsport event in Portland that I know of in 1993, and it looks like John Owen.
The black car is going to have to take a chance here. The black car is going to have to take a chance. We're getting down close to 30 seconds.
30 seconds. John McCabe, he's chasing that car. He's really getting into it. Let's go, John McCabe from West Lynn. Can you catch the red car who's coming by start finish? John Owen of Portland.
I like John of West Lynn's body English. He's really pushing that. Look at the body English. Come on, John.
He is pushing rather well.
Is that Ben
and the red car of John Owen, he looks like he's got this all under control. And it's under 20 seconds now. The red car.
We're working
John
down
Owen
towards 10 seconds.
He's got this thing all under control. Mike, I think he's practicing about this.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
The little Toyota Mini Grand Prix. Well, we should have some excellent highlights. The Blazers finished out the quarter on a 22-4 run. Warriors with those big 8 turnovers, Steve.
The Warriors really did a good job in the first quarter of play of give and go. They had people cutting to the basket and took advantage of Portland's defense, particularly on the weak side. Avery Johnson finding Billy Owen. Portland on the other end had a few plays where they couldn't quite get the handle on the ball, and the Warrior defense early was alert and aggressive, and out of it they were running, and in transition they hurt the Trailblazers. Avery Johnson on the finishing end of that one. Anytime the Warriors could find a lane in which to pass the ball, they were trying to force the issue, and when they forced the issue, that's what got them in trouble. Chris Webber trying to force that one, and that left Terry Porter in transition. And Portland moved the ball to Cliff Robinson, and that was a tough shot for Cliff Robinson, but Portland got it to go in. Portland was able to take advantage of mistakes by the Warriors and stay in the ball game, stay close. It looked like the Warriors were in transition again. Buck Williams comes up with the steal and puts that 2 in against Victor Alexander. Alexander, Weber, Owens are playmakers for the Warriors at the top of the key. Avery Johnson cuts without the basketball against Rod Strickland and is rewarded with 2 from Alexander. And notice the space between Strickland and Avery Johnson. And this is during that first quarter of play in which they were able to move the ball, move people. Chris Mullen comes in. That's his first shot. And from that point on, Mullen's offensive efforts were downhill as he is still yet to get his game legs under him. Right there, James Robinson steps into the passing lanes of Latrell Sprewell, didn't even know the ball was coming, and that allowed a little Hollywood from James. Over the top with 2 hands. Off the bench, James Robinson has certainly been a spark plug for the Trailblazers, and in this ball game so far, he's had 10 points and done an excellent job at both ends of the floor. Rod Strickland with the penetration and the dish to Cliff Robinson, and he hammers it home over the top. And at that point in the ball game, Portland was beginning to rally. Their defense was getting better as Harvey Grant was up on Billy Owens. They forced a mistake. Rod Strickland with the steal, Harvey Grant with the finish. And that tied the ball game for Portland. And they had finally finished the uphill. And Harvey Grant jammed his hand on the rim that time, grimacing after the 2. But again, it's pressure defense by the Trailblazers right now. Rod Strickland with a huge play. The steal and the presence of mind to throw the ball ahead to Terry Porter. And it's 2 more for Porter, who's had a nice ball game himself.
Again, the Blazers ended the second period on a 22-4 run. The Warriors had 8 turnovers, and they were only 2 for 12 from the field. Halftime score, 55-49. Portland.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
There is a lot of similarity between healthcare companies. I mean, we all get claims in and we pay them. But the question is, what's the attitude behind it? Our attitude is we want to see how quickly we can get that money to. We pride ourselves in that. We have computer studies that we use that show how rapidly we're paying those claims. And my attitude is it's never fast enough. Because I know there's a lot of financial worry, there's a lot of hassle just about getting the care and getting the claim paid. And we don't want people to be involved with that. I don't want to be involved with that. Why would I want you to be?
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, good thing I found you.
Hi, I'm Jerome Kurz of the Portland Trailblazers. Nobody should have to choose between heating and eating. Oregon Heat helps families learn new ways to manage their expenses. You can help too by sending a tax-deductible donation to Oregon Heat or drop it off at your nearest Bank of America branch. Let's help everyone stay warm.
There are lots of wonderful Christmas songs, but my favorite one to sing is the praises of the Salvation Army. Please, won't you do your part too?
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
It's the best of the NBA this week in Courtside Countdown.
Oakley picks it down to Ewing. That's the set play of the court.
Danny Manning's buzzer beater beats the Magic.
Danny Manning for the win.
Chris King leaves little doubt in his first NBA hoop.
Up to King and he comes. Oh, Chris King. Get on that magic carpet and ride, baby. Your first NBA hoop is a memorable one, Chris King. It is, baby.
Ronnie Cycles flipped Deep Six's Philadelphia.
How about that play? Holy cow. The no-look shot as the shot clock is running down by Ronnie Cycling.
Rex Chapman with a huge drive-in jam.
Rex Chapman on the go. Boy, that's highlight stuff.
Jamal Mashburn leaves the Admiral spinning.
Here's Mashburn against Robinson. Hello. Yeah. You got it right, my friend.
Tony Kukoc proves Mashburn isn't the only rookie with flair.
With the slam over Robinson. Over the Admiral. Oh, right on top of his head.
Dennis Scott leaves it for O'Neal and a shack attack.
Scott going to drive and get a three for O'Neal. He knew it was there and he slammed it down.
The Bullets and Tom Gugliotta are passing fancy.
Good dish to Michael Adams. And to Gugliotta. Some great passing. Don McClain, yes.
Mike pass to the Goog behind the back. Everybody touched the ball that time. Great fast break.
And at number 1, Grandma Ma gets up.
And that big silver tooth is splashing out.
They say in the end, your whole life will flash before your eyes. Make it worth watching.
Wintertime in Les Schwab country. Wet and wild. At Les Schwab, we have everything to get you through. A complete line of all seasons radials for normal winter driving. For snow country, heavy traction to deep digging studded traction. The latest in tire chains, including the popular easy-to-put-on quick fit chain. In batteries, a full line of Les Schwab batteries, featuring Les Schwab's best, the Double Tough XHD. Winter changeover at Les Schwab. We do it quick, we do it right. Everything to get you through.
I think I'm going to have number 6.
Number 6, Julius Irving, Bill Russell, special number, by permission only.
Is it okay to order number 21?
21. We're talking about Bill Sharman, Dave Bing, and even Sidney Wicks. Come on, order something else.
The most famous player that ever wore number 21 was Bob Lanier.
Mike, number 16. Come on.
But he wore size 21 shoe.
Eddie Doucette and Mike Rice.
Separate checks, gentlemen?
No, my partner gets the check.
Hey, I got it last time.
No, wait a minute. I got it last time.
No, I distinctly...
'Tis the season to be jolly, ladies and gentlemen, and the Blazer fans are. Big comeback, and the Blazers lead by that 55-49 score. As we take a look at some of the stats, Steve, where does it all begin? It's sort of a new-look Portland Trailblazer team here.
Well, they become more aggressive. As you see, Portland's balance is a little bit better. Terry Porter, James Robinson off the bench with 10. The Trail Sprewell has had a solid ball game and certainly has done his job. The leading rebounders, Chris Webber and Billy Owens, and they had an advantage off the glass and still do, thanks to a combined effort. Portland, not a lot of rebounds to be had. Buck Williams leading Portland. Circle of percentages, Portland was down and suddenly they're up due to some very good defense and forcing some turnovers, and they've ended up with an advantage in fast break points. But the Warriors have allowed Portland to get back in the ball game by turning the ball over. And when you talk about it's a giving season, Don Nelson didn't want another giveaway. After being ahead 21 the other night, he didn't expect his team to turn around and just to let Portland back into it, and that's what they did. And now they've got to start all over, and what you want to see Portland do is continue their aggressiveness at the defensive end and build on what happened in the final 6 minutes of the second quarter of play.
I know one stat that Don Nelson, as we take a look at him, when he picks up the halftime stat sheet, Portland only with four personal fouls. His team with whistle for 11.
Well, this game hasn't really been one of those games where it's been a lot of fouls called and the coaches would really be upset by it. I think that it's been a fairly even game in terms of the work of the officials, and it's been the type of plays where there have been a lot of saves with the hands by both teams.
Remember, folks, Blazers have won the last 9 games between these two teams. That's an incredible run. Warriors have the ball, and now we're underway in the second half. Avery Johnson set up the high pick. Looking inside. Swing it around to Owens. Weber. Shot clock at 10. Sprewell. Going to go baseline. Leans into one. Doesn't get it. Strickland the rebound. 23-18 the boards now. The Warriors on top of that category, but the Blazers have come back. Cliff Robinson over Alexander. Does it go? No.
Sprewell is everywhere, and he's one of those guys that goes both ends and goes with a lot of energy. Missed that shot, ran back, got the rebound. Alexander inside, nice reach.
Yes, good pick and roll by the Warriors. So they draw first blood, and it's 55-51. And the Warriors pick up a foul at the other end on a driving Rod Strickland.
Mistake for the Warriors as they went into their celebration, tried and forgot about Strickland. He did the right thing, quickly pushed the ball the other way, and before Weber could get turned around, he's got the foul against him.
That's just his first. Strickland at the line. The free throw is good. Portland only went to the line 5 times in the first half. He's got 10 points. And will he have 11? He's got them.
Strickland had a real strong second quarter of play to get him going. Found the range on his jump shot. Now he's trying to take the ball to the basket with a lot more authority.
The trailer was Weber. They get him the ball. Out of Owens.
This is the guy that the Warriors need to take that jump shot. He has been a reluctant perimeter shooter. And if he takes that shot and consistently makes it, the best part of his game is driving and passing. That will come for him. But they're playing off of Billy Owens right now.
Porter for 3. No. Buck Williams offensive rebound. Back out to Rod Strickland. Penetrates underneath the Buck. It was wide open. He got the rebound, got it out, stayed stationary, got it back and scored. Nice read. 59-53 Portland. Warriors don't score. Here comes Porter out of the crowd, leaves it for Buck Williams at the wing, and he goes. He scores again. Buck Williams back-to-back baskets. Blazers have their biggest lead of the game, 61-53.
Warriors slow getting back, and Portland taking advantage of that. They go up and in to Weber, and it's blocked from the rear.
And a jump ball, Steve. Harvey Grant. Nicely done.
Good play to get Weber this spot right here, and then Grant comes in with the helping defense for the block.
So they're going to jump it up.
Portland's got to make sure that they cover Billy Owens, who's right in front of the basket now. If Weber can control the tap the way they're lined up, Billy Owens has a chance to catch it and wheel right to the hoop. Cliff Robinson really should be on the other side. They tap it back.
Avery Johnson. Now to Alexander, outside jumper. No, and Buck Williams up for the rebound. Blazers lead 61-53. Big comeback. They were down by 8 after one, twice down by 12. Cliff Robinson puts it up. Oh, that would have been good had it gone. It was in the hopper and rolls right back out. Owens picks up his 3rd foul.
Cliff Robinson working down deep, and Alexander goes for the little pump fake, and that allows Cliff a chance to shoot a free ball. He was looking for a chance for a 3-point play.
That definitely was in the hopper and out.
Cliff Robinson shooting 2.
Cliff at the line, just his 3rd time at the line. He's got it.
Cliff had a huge first half against the Warriors the last time. He looks like he might have a stomachache, but no, that's just a man that contemplating different ways to get his team back in it and get control of the game.
Blazers by 10. Remember, the Warriors led twice by 12, and then the Blazers come back, and that's where we are right now, the story of the ball game. Defense has done it. It's done it again. Porter stepped into the passing lane. Porter going to drive. Leaves it for Strickland. Out of Robinson. Score. Here comes a timeout. Golden State. 65-53. Portland, 9:10 to go in the third.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall? MGD Light? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a rock and roll club? Give me an MGD Light. Say MGD Light and say no more.
Mike Barkley, award-winning designer of homes, talks about design.
So many different elements such as proper scale, light, and the final finish make up a well-designed home. A home like this needs a paint that's equally rich in depth and subtle shades. Glidden Spread Supreme from Fred Meyer is simply one of the best paints you can buy for subtle colorations and texture. It costs a little more, but it'll give you the look you want to have.
Try Glidden Spread Supreme. You'll find it at Fred Meyer.
Playing basketball takes common sense. So does driving a car. When you're out celebrating this holiday season, don't drink and drive. And if you do drink, remember these safe options to driving. Designated driver. Call Mad Cab or Oregon Life Tow. Have a great holiday season, and please celebrate safely.
There are lots of wonderful Christmas songs, but my favorite one to sing is the praises of the Salvation Army. Please, won't you do your part too?
Nice drawing, George. Another good shot from behind. Hi, all. Let's get back into the game here. Portland with their biggest lead by 12. Avery Johnson, Porter up on him. Now to Sprewell. Double team Sprewell. Shot clock at 5. Weber sends it around to Owen. He's had it blocked by Grant, but the ball came to Alexander. Back to Owens. No, 24-second clock violation.
The Trailblazers defense is more aggressive and they're reacting much better, and the Warriors are waiting too long against the double team to move the ball, and you can see what's happened to their percentage over the last 9 minutes. They're shooting 22%.
Blazers, by the way, a 32-8 run since the 6:44 mark of the second quarter. 32-8. At the Warriors score in the meantime, and Buck Williams picks up his first personal foul. He's been Mr. Hustle again tonight.
Well, you can see Buck Williams moving and sliding. Buck tried to draw that foul, didn't get it because he wasn't set. And Weber, just a bull in a china shop on that one, gets a three-point play as a result.
He's got 7 points in the ball game. He's averaging 15. The All-American out of Michigan. Double team. Yeah, they do. But Strickland finds Grant. Back to Ride. They're going to double team again. Now to Robinson. Turn around. Trying to get it underneath the Buck Williams. Picked off in the lane by Billy Owens. Now the Warriors charge behind.
This is where Billy Owens is his best, but they turned that one over. Sprewell was parked on the three-point line. Couldn't handle the little kick pass, but the Warriors trying to get back in the ball game by showing a little double team and activity in the half-court press. They double up on Strickland again.
Strickland finds Porter. Foul line. Gives it up. Over to Grant. Partially blocked. Cliff Robinson is there. He scores.
Well, Weber made a heck of a block on Harvey Grant because Grant looked like he had a wide open gimme, and Weber came out of nowhere to knock that down. Weber on the drive.
Just gets iron, but right there with Billy Owens. Right place at the right time. The offensive rebound and the putback. Billy Owens with 6 in the game. 67-58. Porter tried for 3, but that doesn't go. Long pass to Avery Johnson. Leaves it for Weber. Jams in the middle. Now the Warriors are on a little run, and after the Blazers had a 32-8 run and things going well for them, they call for a timeout.
Also want to welcome here tonight Poison Bill from the
hustle board, the Trailblazers closing in an area which has been critical for their success, and that is rebounding. The Warriors still an advantage there. Portland has had great success in steals, and that's really got them the lead and kept them going here in the third quarter of play. The Warriors come back with the trap, and we'll see if the steals pick up for them if they can continue their pressure.
It's like they're going to get Chris Mullen back into the lineup for the Warriors. See if he can get untracked. We're down to 7:14 remaining to be played here in the third period. Portland up by 7 now. They were up by 13.
Well, another proposal, and that's what Chris Dudley is looking up on the big screen right there.
Yes. Up on
maybe you'll preside over that ceremony right here at center court.
Maybe I'll sing. I could sing for him. Kim, will you marry me?
No, I like the other. The other idea is better. Preside, don't sing.
Preside, don't sing. Now they're up in the crowd. Did she say yes or did she say no? They're waving.
What's funny is that's not the guy that asked her.
Some night they're going to do that, and the guy's going to propose, and the girl's going to say no. 7:14 to go in the third. Portland now leading by 7. Mullen back into the ball game now.
The Warriors are going with a full court pressure here. It's a 1-2-1-1, and what they're trying to do is get Portland to shoot quickly and shoot deep.
Boy, Grant was wide open underneath. Buck Williams couldn't get him the ball. Al Strickland shoots from outside, looks good, but it's not good. Long rebound, Grant in traffic, puts it out. No, tough shot is right. Chase down, Avery Johnson. Avery traveled, not called. Get it to Weber for 3. Yes, or Sprewell, excuse me. Latrell Sprewell for 3. And the Warriors quickly back into it. He's got 19.
The reason that it wasn't called, the ball was knocked out of his hands. Now they trapped Rod Strickland. Portland's got to start going to the basket out of this trap.
Robinson, way short. Owens, Weber should score. He does. It's a 2-point game. Here comes a Portland timeout. A 20-second timeout called by Portland. Latrell Sprewell has gone all the way again for the Warriors.
The guy that's making it happen out of this trap is Chris Weber. Weber has come up with a lot of blocks when it looked as though players were having clean shots. And what Rick Adelman is saying, fellas, you got to look to take that ball to the rim. Don't settle for just a medium-range jump shot when you can go all the way. And you got to be aware of where Chris Weber is. Weber is coming out of nowhere as the transition opportunity for Sprewell. They get 3 and then the steal. Now you watch Weber right here. Now Cliff Robinson thought he was fouled. Now he didn't run back. Chris Weber runs out, lays it up for 2.
Big possession for Portland. They lead by 2 now. James Robinson back in. Here's Robinson, lost the ball, but there was James, so he keeps it alive. Clock still running. It's at 7, 6, 5. Way out. They're going to have to get a shot. Cliff Robinson, rainbow, and no. And Blazers fail to score. The Warriors could tie or take the lead. Owens to tie, maybe. Hesitates. Kicked it into Weber. Buck Williams on him. Weber going to back him in. Backs him in. Rolls it around. Switches to the left hand and scores. And this baby is tied at 67. Portland, with 9:10 to go, had a 12-point lead.
The Warriors defensively have become more active, and Portland is shooting the ball and only getting 1 scoring chance, and the Warriors are coming back and making plays of their own. Steal by Owens.
Yes, ahead to Sprewell. The Warriors could take the lead. Over to Avery Johnson. Back over to Mullen. He's open to tie. He doesn't get it. And Cliff Robinson.
Now, when the Warriors miss, one of the things that Portland was doing well in the quarter was running the ball back the other way. They got to get back to pushing the ball and taking advantage of the Warriors getting back slow. See, they're forcing things out of a trap. 2-on-1. Sprewell.
To take the lead. They do. The Warriors are on a 16-2 run. 16-2. They take the lead and Portland calls for another timeout. 21 points for Weber.
The Warriors have done it with pressure. They've come out with a half-court trap. Portland is not moving the ball quick enough. Then they're not cutting to the hole. There's been some great interior defense by Chris Webber when they look like they have some clean medium-range shots, and out of that they've run and they've made their shots. Portland earlier in the quarter was running the ball up the floor. After any Warrior miss, they stopped running the ball, and they've got to get back to pushing, and then they've got to get back to taking the ball to the rim when they make a pass after the Warriors trap.
That was 21 points for Latrell Sprewell. He's got the 21, and he has gone all the way. And so with 4:50 remaining to be played here in the third quarter on an early Sunday game at Portland's Memorial Coliseum, 69-67. The Warriors lead. Sprewell is 9 for 14 from the field, 2 for 2 at the line. He's got 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and those 21 points, and he's been very active.
Webber has become a force here in the third quarter of play. He's got 9 in the quarter, but he's been able to not only do it defensively, but begin to score down on the low post. So Portland's now got to come back with some better defensive energy themselves to get control of the game. And offensively, they got to move the ball, move people quicker so that they don't hold the ball against a double team.
What's on tap? Blazers and the Clippers. That'll be Wednesday. A couple of days from now. Radio only. The final game of 93.
Again, now watch the Warriors. They're showing trap right here. Now Portland should be flashing somebody up high and then looking down low if that trap takes effect.
Here comes Porter. He flashed out. Cutting through. James Robinson. Mullen doing a good
job. At 7.
Yeah, Porter's going to have to get something to go. Or now he gives it to Strickland. Puts it up and down. Tough shot is right. Game is tied at 69. Porter to Strickland. Bobby's got 13 in the game. Defense got the Blazers in this game. And defense has been able to get the Warriors back into the game. Billy Owens looking low. He decides to shoot from outside, and it's iron, and James Robinson up with the ball. Wheels and deals. Over the midcourt line. Strickland, in he goes. He's hammered. He'll hit the deck, and he'll shoot a pair.
Again, in transition, Portland has had an advantage when they've taken the ball and pushed it the other way. And you can see the Warriors don't get to Rod Strickland early enough. Now he's down here, and the defense is reacting. Sprewell trying to make a block, picks up the foul.
Game is tied, not any longer. .357 remaining to be played in the third quarter on an interesting night of NBA basketball here at the MC. Strickland now with 15 points, 71-69. Portland up by 2. Blazers have won 4 in a row, 9 straight over the Warriors. Mullen triple team. But he gets the ball to the far corner to Owens. Fakes baseline drive. Back to Mullen. They don't get it. A jam by Webber. No. And James Robinson up for the ball. He hits the deck. Ball still alive. Now they're going to have a jump ball. That's going to be Chris Mullen and James Robinson.
James Robinson yelling at the official, how can that be a jump ball? It's all over me. You can see James Robinson being cut off right here by Latrell Sprewell, and off balance, he slides to the floor. Now he's thinking pass. He's looking for somebody to get rid of the ball. Mullen wants to tie him up and said he never had of the ball. How can that be a jump ball?
Good camera angle shots there. Blazer Broadcasting does it again. And James Robinson gets the tap. Blazers lead by 2. Here's Strickland. Strickland over to Robinson. 18-footer. Oh, my goodness. Over the iron completely. That was not the shot to take. Here come the Warriors to tie. Alley-oop to Webber. And they do.
Littlest guy out on the floor got the rebound, and that was Mr. Jennings. And out of it, they score in transition. Now they're coming back again with trap. This is Jennings at the point. this is what you want to do. Look to push the ball, and they do, and Cliff Robinson scores.
Right, 73-71. Too many outside attempts that are not going, but the Blazers regain the lead. It's 73-71. Double screen. Owens goes around, puts it up, doesn't get the roll. Long rebound to Buck Williams. Strickland spins, banks it, score. My, was it ever a tough shot? That was definitely in the hopper and out and in again. (75-71). Here's Jennings, little guy, puts it up, short. Rebound, Weber keeps it alive. Back over to Mullen. Mullen to Sprewell. Sprewell up the middle, score it. Latrell Sprewell, 6'5" from Alabama. He and James Robinson, of course, were teammates. He's got 23 points in the game. Strickland, lickety Brindle up the middle, all the way, right there.
Penetration. Strickland has taken over the quarter. He's got 10, but he has been really aggressive and looking for scoring chances.
He's got 19 in the game. 77-73 Portland.
Well, Sprewell wanted to lob, but Weber was in the way. They come back with the post up, and he scores anyway. Sprewell's got 9 in the quarter.
Portland by 2, 25 for the game for Latrell Sprewell. Time running down the lower right-hand corner. Porter going to take Mullen up the middle. Leaves it for Robinson. 4-3. Yes, sir. James Robinson, another 3. He's got 13. Portland back up by 5. That quick.
Sprewell has been the story. That's the shot you want Billy Owens to take, and you can see why he doesn't feel confident about it out of a Portland run.
Buck Williams in a finger roll. He was the trailer on the play. Porter to Buck Williams. Buck's got 10. 82-75. After the Warriors charged back, being down by 12. Jennings, no. Porter off his hands, but there is Buck Williams. Long pass to Cliff Robinson, should score. Oh, he doesn't score, but he's fouled. James Robinson was right there to put it down, but the whistle had blown, and free throw time is coming up. But the Blazers come charging back after the Warriors charge to take a 2-point lead, and Portland now in control as of the moment, 82-75.
And what got Portland back was attacking. Instead of holding the ball, they looked to try to push it in any breaking opportunity, and Rod Strickland taking the ball to the basket on his own. They began to create some more scoring chances for themselves, stretched the Warrior defense out to where they couldn't get to him in time.
In and out. First free throw attempt. Avery Johnson back into the Warrior lineup. Got Alexander, Jennings, Mullen, and Sprewell. Tracy Murray in the game for Portland. Cliff Robinson, one more free throw. That one's down. Nicely and clean. 83-75. 18 points for Cliff tonight.
Sprewell can go by Murray off the dribble, and what he'll look for is a clear side, and if he gets a chance to make a play for someone else, he will.
2-second differential on the game clock. Alexander scores with 1 second on the 24-second clock. 4.6 in the third. And we get an offensive foul. Rod Strickland.
Offensive foul.
He's pleading to us.
Well, no, Jennings grunted well. Now he's coming right here, and you can see he's still moving. He's got half of his body, and he just yells and then falls back. So the little fella has learned very quickly how to act.
2.1 ticks of the clock.
Looking for Sprewell on a lob, and they don't get it, so they won't get a shot at all.
Avery Johnson, they get it to him, and he boots the ball away. But the third period is history. The fourth quarter ought to be a dandy. After 3, Portland leading 83-77.
What fun it is to ride and sing Who cares most about keeping you healthy? Why, your mummy, of course. But if your mummy isn't always available, may I suggest Payless Drugs? Payless now has 3,000 new health-related products. Everything from health food to all-natural skin and bath products, nutritional supplements, and more. Why? Because Payless Drugs is your health and wellness partner. With so many new health products, Payless takes better care of you than anyone. Anyone but mummy, that is. Payless, because you deserve more from a drugstore.
Once again, it will happen. Someone will pick out a tree that's too big for the room, drop off some warm clothes, light the candle on the third night, experiment with the turkey baster, watch all 18 bowl games, and someone will sing slightly off key with all her heart. Happy holidays from Bank of America.
One thing is going to blow everyone away. The city of tomorrow. Everyone's thinking Buck Rogers. Ha, too obvious. You know what it's going to be like? The Music Man. Big lawns, white gazebos, no mini-malls.
There's always been speculation over how we'll live in the future. Speculation over how we'll communicate, however, has been put to rest.
Of course, the lawns will be polyester, but don't get me started on that.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like CarQuest brakes, professional technicians know that safe driving begins with good brakes. That's why they insist on the best CarQuest brakes, because safety counts. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Santa says Rip City. All right, we'll take that every single time. The Blazers have had a Rip City second half so far. Being up, being down, and then coming back again. Percentages. There they are. Excuse me, quarter by quarter.
Now the Warriors moved some new faces in. Gatling's in the ball game along with Mullen, Sprewell, Jennings, and Alexander.
Flip on another outside shot. Oh! NBC, Stephen. Nothing but Cord. He's got 20 in the game. Good job, by the way, yesterday down at Phoenix.
Well, thank you.
Very nicely done. Powerhouse, Phoenix, yesterday. Jennings fakes the bigger man, Murray, to give up the ball. Jennings for three, yes. Took it over Tracy Murray, the bigger guy. Murray, Grant, and Robinson with Strickland and James Robinson. That's the Blazer lineup, and it's 85-80. Portland leading early in the fourth and final period of regulation time. Blazers have won 9 straight over the Warriors. 4 straight. Robinson for 3. Good shot, but it wouldn't go. Chased down by Cliff Robinson. Keep it alive. I thought he was going to try it again.
This is a tough matchup for Chris Gatling, and we'll see if Cliff Robinson makes him pay. He forced his shot from James Robinson. Yep. The Warriors and Sprewell trying to run out.
Here comes Sprewell. Leaves it for Mullen. Tracy Murray up on him. Looking for Gatling. Gatling rolls. Nice pass to Mullen, and they don't get it to go. And the rebound, Victor Alexander. Turns, shoots, hits the big fella.
Mullen was out there with his hands up, but Alexander said, look, I did the work, so I'm going to get the shot, and knocks it down, makes it a 3-point game. Now, Portland with no shot blocking in there for the Warriors. They got to think about getting inside and staying in a high percentage area.
Strickland almost ran himself away from the ball. Kept it alive. Yeah. James Robinson going to make a move on Jennings. Turns around, puts it up, banks it. No good. Tap back by Grant, but there was Latrell Sprewell for the Warriors. To tie. Yes. Latrell Sprewell ties the game at 85. He's got 28 in the game. That's one under his season high. Timeout, Portland.
Let's see if you like. No, let's see if you like this shot better. Turn around, get a good look at him. See, he looks better. Yes. Now, now go ahead.
It's a little bit. Sprewell.
A little sensitive about that.
Sprewell. He was not bashful. He had some other members of his team to pass to. Drilled it.
Sprewell is an excellent three-point shooter, and he has the green light. And when a player has the green light, no, you're not bashful because you know the coach is not hooking you. He already knows that almost in every big game, Nelson is going to keep him out there on the floor. So that's a big advantage for him. So he really can appreciate the idea that the coach has confidence in him. He can shoot the ball anytime he wants. You can't cover it up. You could. They got that spray stuff. But don't worry, I told you that look is in. that look is in.
I don't use that spray stuff like that. If it's not there, it's not there. What can I do about it? Well, this game's tied at 85 apiece. Portland has come back twice in the ball game. Can they do it again?
Well, sure they can. I mean, what they've got to continue to remember is what got them the lead. They are beating the Warriors in transition, and if they stay in transition and they continue to take the ball to the basket, they have an advantage. If they settle for perimeter shots and shots against the clock, they get in trouble.
Jerry Porter and Mark Bryant in the lineup for Portland.
3-point shooting. 4 for 7. 1 of 6. Warriors right now on an 8-0 run. And they've out-rebounded Portland 38-30. There's a little trap now. They got the Warriors back in the ball game. Blazers got to break it. They get it to Robinson. The game is tied. Brand new ball game. Good D on the part of both teams.
Well, right now, Portland doesn't have an idea of what they want to do. They settle for a 3 from James Robinson.
That's not going to go. So they're 1 for 7 now in that department. Victor Alexander up for the ball, but he was out of bounds.
Fortunately for Portland, they'll get the ball back because it was Gatling that knocked Alexander off balance. He could have had that rebound. Gatling, who's all over the place.
I have a feeling this game's going to be tough for either side going down the stretch. Murray wide open. Rebound, Chris Gatling, and that's one reason he's in there too. Long pass to Mullen. Remember, all of a sudden he can find his shooting touch. He hasn't had it. It's only his 5th game back for the Warriors.
Well, Jennings thinks he can go by Tracy Murray. They've isolated him.
He's trying to get by.
Jeff
right there. Shot clock at 4. There he goes. And he doesn't get it to go. Out of bounds. Off Portland. Warrior ball. And a new 24.
Murray did a pretty good job of making Jennings take a tough try down the baseline, but Portland didn't rebound the ball, so the Warriors get it back.
Victor Alexander, Sprewell, the big man, he's got 28, leaves it for Victor. He gives it up. Jennings, now James Robinson on Jennings. They get it to Gatling. Bryant on him.
Well, Gatling's not a good player down on the post. I mean, you got to make him prove to you that he's got good post-up moves. He likes to catch the ball and face the basket, use his quickness. He's trying to post up right here, and at the end, Bryant reaches in trying to make a play on the ball. But he's a high wire guy. He likes to lob. He likes to use his quickness, and he doesn't have the strength to post up down on the box.
62% shooter at the line. This is the first. Chris Webber returns for the Warriors.
Heavy V goes out, and that's Victor Alexander.
Gatling only has 2 points. Will he have 3? Nope, he missed them both. The game remains tied at 85. Blazers get a break. Here comes Porter, wheeling and dealing. Up the middle. He scores.
Well, Portland has done their damage.
Oh, basket, Steve. Basket interference by Mark Bryant. The ball was in the hopper. It was going to be all right. He interfered.
Porter down the lane. Bryant not so sure with the capper right at the end, so a good scoring chance goes awry. But if Porter and Portland continue to drive the ball at the rim like that, they're going to get control of the game again because the Warriors are not getting back.
Webber, Jennings, game tied at 85. 8:20 to go. Mullen backing it on James, and he's bumped. That's going to be on James Robinson. Non-shooting. Buck Williams, Rod Strickland didn't sit too long tonight. As Murray and James Robinson will sit now, and the veterans are back in. Sprewell.
Sprewell wants a clear side because he thinks he can get a shot or make a play. They go to Weber.
Weber underneath to Gatling and a reverse layup, and he put it down. Nicely done. Gatling with 4 points in the ball game as Weber gave up the shot. Now Portland to tie again. Porter, sideline. No pick and roll there.
Right here, Porter's got to think about going by, and Gatling draws a foul against Mark Bryant.
Bryant picks up his second personal foul. Arms folded. Rick Alleman looking on.
Gatling took a shot in the chin.
87-85. Bryant muscling his way in there. Warriors by 2. Jennings looking for Gatling. Buck Williams trying to break up the play. They do. Portland ball. Mark Bryant will sit, and here comes Cliff Robinson back into the lineup. Warriors leading by 2.
Gatling comes out to trap. And this is when Portland needs to throw the ball and throw the ball ahead.
Porter, top of the circle, backs out. Get it to Robinson. Looks for Buck Williams, not there. Back out to Strickland. Penetrates, leaves it for Grant. Rebound Warriors. Gatling in the fray. To Sprewell. Mullen from the corner. That's not going to go. Blazers get a little break. Portland 1 for 7 in the quarter. They've only scored 2 points. Strickland, Buck Williams. There's the fourth one. We're tied again. 87. Buck Williams 12 in the game. 87 apiece. 6:50 to go in regulation. Jennings to Weber, and he jams at home.
Little pass down on a baseline from Jennings to Weber.
Keith Jennings, 5'7", out of East Tennessee State. Long pass to Porter. It's over 2 rows into the seats. Turnover Porter. They've been able to take care of the ball very nicely for the most part. 89-87. Warriors lead. It's Strickland, Porter, Robinson, Clifford Robinson, Grant, and Buck Williams.
Key for both of these teams has been stay out of the half-court set and really try to attack the basket in transition. When they've had to work in half-court, they've been working against the shot clock and taking touch out. Owens has that one knocked away. That is a violation.
And it will be a 24-second violation. That was Cliff Robinson who broke it up with a little hand check, and there was Rod Strickland.
Billy Owens, who likes to drive the ball, comes in. Cliff Robinson slaps it away, and then it's a scramble, but the Warriors haven't gotten the ball in the air, so it's a shot clock violation.
Chris Mullen for the Warriors is 2 for 13 in the game, but the Blazers need a basket to tie. Here's Buck Williams, and he had it blocked. Out of bounds. Weber and Billy Owens.
Weber has done a good job of closing off the hole. Buck Williams trying to power over him. Gets it knocked away.
Harvey Grant will inbound. Get it to Cliff Robinson. Shot clock at 8. Gonna have to do something. Gonna make a move on Weber. Takes a baseline low. Banks it and scores. Tough shot. Great move by Cliff Robinson. He's got 22 in the game. Game is tied at 89. Wherever you may be, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. Stay right where you are. 5.5 minutes to go. Sprewell for 3. Oh my goodness, he gets 3 more. Latrell Sprewell, 31 points. That's his season high for Latrell Sprewell.
Portland has got a 4-on-5, and they've got to go to the rim. They don't. The Warriors are able to zone up. Porter begging for a 3.
And he takes it. He's not going to get it, however. Cliff Robinson, offensive rebound, up and in.
Nice catch by Robinson for the score.
Portland down by 1. Cliff was 6 in the quarter, 24 for the game for Cliff Robinson. But Latrell Sprewell with a couple of big 3-pointers by the Warriors. They have a 1-point lead. Billy Owens had the ball slapped away by Buck Williams.
Looking for the lob for Weber. They can't cash on it.
Now Portland can regain the lead.
Now Weber is slow getting back, and that means you got to run him.
Oh my goodness!
On a tough shot.
Was it ever a tough shot? He had nowhere else to go, and he just popped that baby. He's got 21. Portland, they lead. Johnson to one tie, and he does. Avery.
Huge shot by Avery Johnson, because he's not a guy that's looking to take shots under the gun, but he pulled that jump shot out of the bag like he's shooting that one under pressure all the time.
Blazers down by 1. Avery Johnson with 11 in the game.
You want Avery
How
Johnson.
this game is going to play out. It's going to be interesting.
You want Avery Johnson shooting that jump shot. He thought he had his steal. And he's looking at Rod and saying, did I foul you?
Rod says you certainly did. That's his 4th. And we're going to have a Warrior timeout. Timeout is called, folks. 3:59 to go in regulation. Warriors by 1. .359 remaining to be played. Warriors have that 1-point lead on the basket by Avery Johnson moments ago. It'll be interesting to see how this game, which has been up and down, big leads by both clubs. Both teams have managed to come back each time. And what do you got, Steve?
Keith Jennings is the guy with the basketball over here on the right side, and what you want to do is make him come back this way. Now you got a defender in Cliff Robinson here. He's off his man, and we let it roll. You see how the Trailblazers defend that. They let him get to the baseline. That leaves Weber wide open. The result is a thundering jam over the top. You want to turn Jennings back the other way where you have some help. Don't let him go baseline.
Big steal and a block a moment ago by that young man, Cliff Robinson. But with 3:59 remaining in this one, with Portland having won 4 in a row, best in the West as far as a streak is concerned, but 9 straight over the Warriors, getting themselves out-rebounded tonight. Fans getting revved up here at Portland's Memorial Coliseum. Porter, Strickland, Buck Williams, Cliff Robinson, Harvey Grant. The Warriors by 1. That's where we are. 3:59 to go.
Now Cliff Robinson should be able to get his shot against Chris Webber anytime he wants if he comes outside in.
Clock winding down. Robinson, it's at 10. Almost a miscue, but Cliff keeps it alive. Good D on the part of the Warriors. Robinson's going to take a shot. That's not going to go. Buck Williams, offensive rebound. Took it back out. Porter fakes, drives, takes Sprewell low. Got it back for Grant, but in the passing lane, Chris Webber. Webber shuffled pass to Avery Johnson. They don't score. And Harvey Grant gets the ball to go the other way.
Trying to set up a 2-man game between Cliff Robinson and Rod Strickland.
Mullen steals the ball from Cliff Robinson to Johnson. Going to drive on Porter. Fakes, puts it up, and he hits the underside of the backboard, but he was fouled by Terry Porter, his second.
Mullen showed you his quick hands the last time down. He just popped the ball out of Cliff Robinson's hands, was able to beat him back to it, and that put Avery Johnson and the Warriors in transition. Porter reached in, smacked him across the arm. When Portland comes down in a half-court set, they have to have a better idea of how they want to attack the Warriors and execute a lot cleaner, and they haven't done that in the last couple of possessions, and it's worked against them. Johnson misses his first free throw.
He misses the second, so it's still 94-93. Portland down by 1. Now this is their 4th opportunity to take and regain the lead. Let's see what they do.
You got to post up Rod Strickland against Avery Johnson.
They can't get inside at all right now. Cliff Robinson a fadeaway. No, that's not going to go. Chased down by Strickland. Strickland puts it up. He scores! He was in the land of giants. He got the rebound on the Blazer miscue. He's got 4 in the game. Portland by 1.
Defensively, let's see if the Trailblazers get up and make it difficult for the Warriors to run their stuff. Now, both teams have struggled in running their half-court sets, and see if the Warriors are forced to work against the shot clock now as Avery Johnson wants to drive against Harvey Grant.
And he had a shot block. Grant and Buck Williams. Grant up with the ball. Portland leading by 1. 2-minute mark coming up. Big possession right here.
The game is in transition for both teams.
2 minutes remain.
Grant. Back to Strickland. 15-footer. No. Rebound. Billy Owens. The Warriors. They can regain the lead. Uh-oh. Sprewell. He missed that 3. But he was not bachelor. He called for the ball. Steve got it, but missed that time.
You got to keep running, and really the key is that both teams are a little tired and slow getting back. Grant wanting to post up, they triple in.
There goes Strickland. And they're going to have a whistle and a foul. The Warrior bench wants a jump ball, but they're not going to get it.
Team foul situation. Portland has 1 to give. The Warriors, they have 1 to give themselves.
So a minute 29 remaining to be played in regulation time. Portland leading by 1. Strickland at the line. Free throw time. Good.
Strickland with a season-high 23, but Strickland has been the man down the stretch for Portland.
Boy, and how.
Again against these Warriors, coming up with some big plays.
He gets 2 to go down. 97-94. Portland leading by 3. 25 points for Rod Strickland. Watch it play out now, folks. Need a defensive stand. Mullen's going to drive and try to get it blocked, and a whistle. That's going to be on Strickland.
Banged around pretty good from the rear.
That's his 4th.
You can see Strickland is saying he was passing the ball, so he's making the same complaint at their end of the floor that Nelson was.
But Mullen's going to go to the line. They lose the argument. Boy, 5 white shirts all over the officials, but the officials get together and say no. Mullen will be at the free throw line.
Mullen on the drive. Hit from the rear and then out of it. A career 87-88% free thrower misses his first chance.
He's 1 for 3 at the line. Mullen again. He gets that one to go. Nobody said it was going to be easy, and it hasn't been. 97-95. Portland by 2. Mullen has but 7 points in the game.
They're going to trap. And what you want to do, again, is move the ball and then try to get the ball to the rim. Don't look to throw the ball back over the perimeter.
Watch out, Harvey. Timeout. Good call. Good call. Okay, folks, there it is. 54.3 ticks of the clock. Remaining in regulation time. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Portland with a 2-point lead. So now with 8 seconds on the 24-second clock, Steve, you're going to have the ball. Another big possession. You lead by 2, but still a lot of time, 54 seconds.
Portland in these situations usually likes to run a 2-man game. They may at this time give the ball to Rod Strickland, who's been the most effective offensive player in making a shot for himself and give him a chance to create. But they've got to come with something quickly, and if they miss, they've got to remember to get back. So they can't be so happy in crashing a board that they leave a transition opportunity open for the Golden State Warriors, who are looking to score cheap. That's really been the story of the ball game, and in the fourth quarter, the team that's been able to run the ball and get from inline to inline has had an advantage, and we've seen both teams do it in the quarter.
Note on Chris Mullen, he has 999 steals in his Warrior career, and currently the all-time leader. And he's had a couple of big ones tonight. So 54 seconds to go. 54 in a skosh. 97-95. Portland. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And Rick Adelman and coaching staff has diagrammed a play of some sort. Strickland, Porter, Cliff Robinson, Buck Williams, Harvey Grant. There's the guy, Rod Strickland. He's had a terrific night tonight. Fans are standing here at the MC right now. Shot clock, upper left-hand corner. Inbound to Strickland. They double team him. Strickland breaks it, drives, puts it up in the paint. He doesn't get it, and Mullen the rebound. They designed the call for him, but the Warriors are right there. Now the Warriors with a chance to tie.
Now what you want is good defense in this possession. They're trying to go to Sprewell.
His shot is blocked inside. Cliff Robinson. Portland with the ball. What a defensive play that was.
The Warriors are going to trap, and what you want to do is move the ball and move it around and then attack the basket. You got 12 on the shot clock. The Warriors don't want to foul, and they want to force Portland to shoot the ball over the top.
Here goes Porter to Cliff Robinson. Batted out of bounds. No foul, but 3 seconds on the clock. Chris Webber.
Blocked from the rear, so the Warriors are thinking that they're going to get one more crack at it if they can force Portland to quick shoot this ball and rebound it.
3 seconds, there it is. Inbound to Cliff Robinson off his fingers. Too far in an inbound play. Sprewell, and he goes. He lost the ball. Cliff Robinson broke it up, but Weber comes up with the ball. And with 5.7 ticks on the clock, the game is tied. Oh, my. Cliff Robinson with a couple of defensive gems. But they couldn't handle the ball. And it's a tie ball game.
You want to get a shot in this situation, they throw it long, and Sprewell gets it, and he's on the sprint, and he's trying to make a play. As Rod Strickland reaches in, Cliff Robinson had it right there, going out of bounds, tried to lob it back, and Billy Owens was down. Chris Webber in the finishing in right at the rim. There was the mistake, and Sprewell was trying to take advantage of it. Strickland cut him off, and Cliff Robinson's momentum is what was carrying him out of bounds, and at that point he was thinking if he could get it back in, Portland would have a chance to win the game. What do you always say about making a pass back underneath your own basket? You don't want to do it unless you know where your people are.
Absolutely.
And he didn't have enough on it to get it to Strickland.
The game has been tied 10 times. It's tied now for the 10th at 97 apiece. 5.7 ticks of the clock to go. Those are the timeouts remaining.
Portland doesn't have a timeout remaining, but they do have possession of the basketball. Yep. So they know that they can finish the game with a shot. And the worst position that they should be in is overtime. Will it be Rod Strickland with this same shot that won the game for them down there in Golden State?
That would be ironic if it happens to be that.
Just the way they drew it up on the board before. Yeah, Rod, take it, dribble it, and head fake, and then scoop.
But look who's coming into the ball game. James Robinson in the backcourt with Rod Strickland and Terry Porter. Robinson, Cliff Robinson, and Harvey Grant are in there. Harvey Grant will inbound at midcourt. A shot for the win. Willie shall let it play out.
What you want to do first is get the ball inbound. So you want to make a good inbound pass and then give yourself a chance to get a look at the hoop.
Delay of game. Chris Mullen takes the delay of game, and now the Warriors want a timeout. They want to talk it over. Warriors call for a timeout. So you're going to have to be patient, ladies and gentlemen. We still have time to go. Portland was down by 8 after 1. They had a terrific second quarter. They outscored the Warriors 33-19, had a 6-point lead at the half. Both teams traded baskets, if you will, in the third period. It was still a 6-point Portland lead. And now we're down to a tie game at 97 apiece with 5.7 ticks of the clock to go. Chris Dudley coming along very, very nicely. He was in the locker room prior to the game, riding the bike, working up a good sweat. Says he feels pretty good. It'll be a while before he'll be back in the lineup. He's starting to shoot some. Clyde Drexler was also getting some treatment prior to the ball game. Clyde is not on the bench, but that ankle is coming along okay. But now, we're just waiting. Defensively for the Warriors, offensively for the Portland Trailblazers. And will it be another good moment at the holiday season for the Portland Trailblazers? We'll see. Season highs, well, let's tell you, hey, a big road trip coming up. Our next televised game on our Blazer Television Network from the Summit in Houston, Texas on the 4th of January. That'll be Friday night down in Houston. Here we go, folks.
Don Nelson tells his team, when we get the ball, timeout. And what he should be saying is, Nelly, you're not going to get the ball unless the Trailblazers get a shot.
Gonna inbound to get it to Cliff Robbins, turning around for the win. Buck Williams is right there, and
Rod Strickland was the guy that got the rebound and thought he got fouled, trying to put it back in, but they get nothing for it, and the Warriors take a timeout with 0.8 seconds left.
And the game is still tied. Cliff Robinson couldn't get it to go. Take a look at it again.
You can see Cliff Robinson getting the ball in the air, trying to go for the win. Now watch Rod Strickland. He's right there and thought he got pushed off the shot. As Rod Strickland comes inside and is the first one to get it. Now he catches it and stays in the air.
That's a definite foul as you take a look at the replay, because he was grabbed, Steve. That's plain fact right there.
Boys, are you seeing something? Both hands are on the ball and the other hand is on the ball. But he got fouled after that.
Yes. So, now they put 1.5 seconds on the clock. 1.5. They show the replay up on the screen here at the Coliseum, and you can hear the reaction.
Okay, the Warriors have time now to get a legal shot, and what the Trailblazers have to remember, if you're going to get beat, you want to get beat with something deep out on the floor. So they've got to catch the ball, get enough time for a catch-and-shoot situation, but they also have lob plays. If Sprewell is a guy who can shoot the ball and shoot it very quickly, they may give him a chance to try to just jump over some people. They will get the inbound, the ball at center court. Now, Portland's got to have pressure on the passer and then make sure they don't turn anyone loose for a lob at the rim.
I wonder if it was Chris Webber who called that timeout.
No.
It wasn't. Billy Owens will inbound. Buck Williams back in defensively. Game tied at 97. Here we go. Delay of game.
You get a delay of game. What you want to do is a switch now. And they have Cliff Robinson go and guard the ball, and Harvey Grant is going to guard Latrell Sprewell. The guy you'd like to catch the ball is Avery Johnson. Make him catch the ball out in front. They turn it over.
Harvey Grant charging across the floor, broke it up. It's overtime, folks. Overtime.
Now look at Nelson. He's going to walk over to Billy and say, Billy, I don't think that was the play. Now somebody was wide open, but I don't think that was the play that we wanted. So they're fortunate to be in an overtime situation.
Oh boy, and how. They had it wrapped up a few moments ago, but we're going to go to overtime. Here's the inbound play.
You see Owens right there. He didn't want to make a mistake, and Mullen had broke toward the ball and then wasn't getting it, so he went back door, and Harvey Grant chased it down as time was running out.
Overtime on a Sunday night during the holiday season, and we're tied at 97.
Well, we're almost about regular game time anyway. It's about 7:30, so maybe we'll see the Trailblazers get a true wake-up call here in the last 5 minutes and dominate this session and win this ball game. But it's been an ebb and flow type of game where both teams have had spurts but have not been able to control it at critical times.
Harvey Grant looking on, Terry Porter. So a brand new ball game, as they say. 5 minutes of overtime. Down by 8, down by as many as 12 twice. Portland made the big charge back to tie the game, take the lead by 6 at the halfway mark. The Warriors came charging back in the third, being down by 12 themselves to regain the lead. And then Portland got it back after 3 quarters of play. Portland led by 6. And here we are going to overtime.
The Warriors have had success when they've gotten hold of the game by trapping and pressing and running the ball. Portland's had success when they have just taken the ball after a miss, pushed it up the floor, and gone to the rim. When both teams have had to set up, the execution has not been as crisp and clean, and they've both been working against the shot clock, and therefore the swings in the game.
Season low in scoring in the fourth quarter for Portland, 14 points, but it's a new ball game. Weber and Cliff Robinson. We look directly at the jump circle, the big eye. Warriors get the ball in the hands of Avery Johnson. Now Owens to untap, does Billy Owens. Warriors lead 99-97. Billy Owens has been held to 8 points tonight, but right now that's a big, big basket. Cliff Robinson over Weber, going to be short. No, whistle on a foul. Cliff will shoot 2. That's just his second personal foul on Chris Weber. And now Cliff will go to the line, hopefully to tie.
Shooting for Portland, Clifford Robinson.
Free throw time, really big now, isn't it? He is now 4 for 7 at the free throw line. He does have 24 points. He's got one of them. Overtime. Weber back to Chris Mullen and Harvey Grant knocked him down. Harvey picks up his first personal foul. Mullen's going to be all right. He'll inbound the ball. New 24. Warriors lead by 1 in overtime.
Mullen's game is suffering while he gets himself into game shape. So he hasn't been the offensive force. They're looking for Weber at the basket.
There he is. Score the basket. Lob pass. Billy Owens to the All-American from Michigan, Chris Weber. He's fouled. He's got 21 points.
The reason the play is successful is there's no defense on Billy Owens, so he's able to spot the position where he wants to get it to Weber, who's held Buck Williams, and holding his position gets a 3-point play.
And that's a big 3-point play. 102-98. Portland down by 4. Sometimes in overtime, that's a terrific uphill battle. They need a 3 somehow.
They got plenty of time.
They don't know what to do here.
And they got to figure out how they want to attack the Warriors. They knock it away. Strickland comes inside, and they get a foul on Sprewell from the rear.
But look at all the time off the clock. 3:53 remaining to be played. Sprewell picks up his second personal foul.
Portland is penetrating and then throwing it back out and ended up working against the clock. Sprewell trying to make the block against Buck Williams from the rear. Gets him across the arm.
Free throw time again. There's the first one. James Robinson will come in for Harvey Grant.
You have a 3-point game, almost 4 minutes, 3:53 to go in the ball game, so there's plenty of time. You don't have to get a 3 or a 2 in the next possession. Buck Williams gets both of his free throws.
102-100. Golden State, 14 points in the game for Buck.
Defensively, you want to make the Warriors pick the ball up high and keep some pressure on them. Don't let them break you down off the dribble. Mullen loses control.
Yes, and Porter was there. Now the Blazers with the ball and a chance to tie, maybe to take the lead. Strickland double team, back out to Cliff Robinson, finds Porter. James Robinson, and he goes. His shot is blocked. And James came up with the ball again, and a new 24.
Nelson is saying, what about the shot clock?
Yeah.
The ball was blocked. They gave him a new 24. Now they've got to reset. We'll find out what happened.
It's going to be all right, and out along the side here. "19 seconds on the shot clock. Portland will try and tie. Strickland set up double stack low. Porter off the screen.
Out in a two-man game.
Porter to tie. He's not going to get this one. That was not the shot. And the Warriors booted away. My goodness, they must live right. They can tie now. 3:05 to go. Making 3:06. Ball in the hands of Rod Strickland. James Robinson curls. Guard to guard. Swing it around to Terry Porter. Mullen up on him. Bats the ball away. Got it again. Shot clock at 10. They can't get inside. Cliff Robinson. Weber is on him. Need help. Shot clock at 5. 4. Nobody there. Underneath. They're not going to get it away. 24-second clock violation. How about that, Steve?
They have no movement. They have really haven't thought about where they want to attack the Warriors, and that's what's gotten them in trouble in the half-court set. The longer you take, the better the defense is able to see where you want to go with the basketball. So both teams have been guilty of the same infraction in terms of lack of execution. Holding the ball instead of moving the ball and cutting to the hoop.
Underneath to Weber with a lob. Billy Owens to Chris Weber again in overtime, and the Warriors by 4. Portland has won 9 straight over Golden State. That's why this Pacific Division is so tough. Cliff Robinson fakes, drives up with a left hand, gets it to go down.
Nice drive by Cliff.
104-102, under 2 minutes to go, and the Warriors lead by 2. We are in overtime.
See Don Nelson, he's telling them, go down, go down. Now they have taken 10 seconds off the shot clock to get set up. They want to post up Sprewell, and they're working the clock, and now they're down against it at 5. Mullen has the ball knocked out of his hands by Chris Robinson.
And we're going to have a whistle and a foul, and I think it's going to be on Buck Williams. It is. After Buck initially had the ball.
This is a huge block by Cliff from the rear, but Mullen had enough presence to keep it going in the air, and then you can see Buck could not quite control the ball, and Billy Owens, who is struggling at the line, goes there.
First free throw by Billy. Ew. Down nicely and cleanly. He only has 9 points in the game. 6'9", third year from Syracuse. Couple of big lobs, and now maybe 2 big free throws by this fella. He's got them. And a timeout has been called by Portland. Timeout. 106-102, Golden State.
Get ready for the new year with your 1994 BP Blazers calendar. They're here now. 13 months of your favorite Blazer players, plus a page of valuable BP coupons. The full-color BP Blazers calendar is only 99 cents with a fill-up of 8 gallons or more at participating BP locations in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Blaze into 94 with the all-new BP Blazers calendar at participating BP locations while supplies last.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, while watching the Blazers? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light. Anyone have change for 20? We'll let him in here.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
That's the time remaining in overtime, and Portland down 4 to the Golden State Warriors as we go to overtime of the ball game tied at 97, but it's been the Billy Owens, Chris Weber show.
In overtime, it has been those two players, and it's been the passing of Billy Owens inside to Chris Weber, and Weber has been finishing at the hoop, that's really made at least a separation. A minute 36 to go. Portland has plenty of time to get back in the ball game. And that's what they've got to do. They've got to play like a team with some poise and control and realize where they have an advantage and go to it and do it very quickly rather than take all of that time off the shot clock and then have to shoot the ball quickly or deeply from the perimeter.
James Robinson will inbound at midcourt. Minute 36 to go and down by 4.
Oh, and fell down, tripped over somebody's foot. Come back with a two-man game again.
Double team Strickland. They find James Robinson. Can't get the 3 to go. Flea flicker. Way short. Buck Williams is there. They can't score. Buck, he draws a foul. He'll go to the line. Could be Chris Webber. It is. Webber picks up his 3rd personal foul. Now free throw time again.
Well, Buck Williams was there with a big free throw.
Buck Williams for 2 at the line. There's 1. 1:21 remaining. Second free throw. Good. 106. 104. Need a defensive stand. Down by 2. Avery Johnson looking for Webber. Buck Williams on him out high. They're going to go underneath the Sprewell. Oh, he is fouled. That's going to be James Robinson. How about those 2 guys?
James Robinson trying to prevent him from getting the ball down deep. And again, the play is made. James Robinson went for the fake and on the way down jammed the wrist. And you could see him actually holding his elbow. Sprewell thinking, oh, I got a golden chance, and he missed it at the free throw line.
Teammates at Alabama as Sprewell gets the first free throw to go. He's got 32 points. That is his season high. Latrell Sprewell.
There are a few games that Sprewell has gotten a breather in, but not many, and he has played every minute so far tonight.
Yep. Hasn't even worked up the sweat.
Now they're trapping. Portland should look to pass the ball in the center of court and then go to the basket. You've got James Robinson against Webber. You want to go inside.
I don't know why they're not going inside. Strickland banks one high off the window. 108-106. 50 seconds and counting to go. Strickland with 27. Warriors are playing a little time off the
Portland's
clock.
going to get the ball back, so you want to make the Warriors shoot the ball over the top and rebound. They're trying to post up Sprewell again against James Robinson.
Yeah, Alabama against Alabama. Sprewell puts it up, it's short. Rebound, chased it down, Mullen.
Didn't hit anything. That ball didn't hit anything, and it should have been a shot clock violation. The ball did not touch the rim.
About 5-second differential game clock. Here's a near steal. Over and back. James Robinson forcing his former Alabama teammate, Latrell Sprewell, to cough up the ball. Turnover.
You can Sprewell right there. He had it, and he couldn't control it, and Portland gets it back thanks to the sticky defense of James Robinson. And Robinson is up tight. Sprewell swings it around, loses it, and it is Portland ball.
With 15.2 ticks of the clock to go in overtime, the first overtime, and the Warriors have a 2-point lead. James Robinson all over his former Alabama teammate, Latrell Sprewell, and forced that turnover.
Unless they've changed the rule on us, Bill. In that previous possession, when Sprewell shot that ball, it didn't hit the rim.
Nothing was called, however.
And the Warriors got it back. So Portland is lucky at this point, really,
to even have the ball now.
Have the ball now, and have a chance to tie the game up. 15 seconds to go, and this is where Portland has to have some real clear execution and really understand where they want to attack and how to get a shot.
We'll check out this non-reset of the clock here.
Sprewell right there. Now watch, that ball doesn't hit anything. It doesn't hit the rim.
You're
now
exactly
the
right.
Warriors, you see, Sprewell goes up. It doesn't hit anything. The Warriors get it back. There should be a shot clock violation coming up, but they missed it. Now, somewhere they thought that ball nicked the rim, but it didn't hit the rim. And so Portland gets the ball back. Warriors still more timeouts than Portland. Portland has one left, and a critical possession for them coming up here. The Warriors are thinking foul if they have to, make Portland shoot the ball over the top.
So Portland will inbound the ball almost directly in front of us. And who's it going to be? It's going to be Buck Williams.
Warriors sucking back in. They want this to be a perimeter shot if they can get it. Trying to get the ball to Rod Strickland.
They get it in the hands of Rod.
And they're running a two-man game here between Robinson and Strickland.
Strickland, Robinson to tie. Buck Williams to tie. Rebound, Billy Owens. And the game is over. And the Warriors win it in overtime. For the first time in 10 games between these two teams, the Warriors come up with the win. They win it in overtime, 108-106.
Introducing the all-new 1994 two-door Camry Coupe. Any guesses where we got the idea? The new Toyota Camry Coupe, developed and built in America.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Charles, you are a role model.
I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Hey, Mike, I got my own shoes.
My own initials on it.
Yeah? Well, I have my own shoes with my own name on it.
Well, can you do this in your shoe, Mr. I don't play anymore?
Yeah, but I don't have to. I'm retired.
I'm not. My shoes got this strap.
Laces.
Black.
White.
White's wimpy. And you can't keep it clean.
Size 13.
16.
Ooh. Nike Air.
Mine's got more.
I went ball first.
Did not.
Did too.
There are times in your life when words aren't enough, when they just get in the way. For those special times, come to Fred Meyer Jewelers for gifts that are unusual, like white sapphires, a natural, true gemstone cut with rare brilliance. This bracelet, 7-carat total gem weight, is $999. The 2-carat total gem weight, $299. The beauty of white sapphires. You'll find it at Fred Meyer Jewelers.
There's a business tool so powerful, it can help people move mountains.
Go.
So powerful, it can set people free.
Hang on just a second. We found our witness.
So the state has no case?
It's a tool as unique as the sound of your voice.
That's me.
Because your voice is your most powerful business tool.
It's perfect.
Voice products from GTE can put that power to work. We can plan, provide, service, and guarantee a system for you. Call us.
Final score in overtime this Sunday. The Golden State Warriors finally prevailed after Portland had won the 9 previous games. It had to go into overtime, and the Warriors had the Billy Owens, Chris Webber, and then add in who I think he played all maybe 8 or 9 or 10 seconds, Latrell Sprewell.
Sprewell was the Iron Man as he had been all season long, came up with a couple of big free throws, but it was actually the execution between the two big guys, Owens and Webber, that got them going in the half court, and that's where the game eventually was won by the Golden State Warriors. They were able to execute a little bit better. Give Portland credit. They did run a good, strong play. Cliff Robinson got an excellent look at that last chance to tie, but they didn't have enough of those kinds of scoring chances during the overtime. They were a little uncertain as to where they wanted to score. They were always working against the clock, and that worked against them. And eventually, time ran out against the Trailblazers, and so they'll have to rethink this one. And they're saying, well, we got one, 21 down. This is one they should have had, so it evens out.
That's right. 2-point win either way. The other night, Portland. Tonight, the Warriors. Take a look at some highlights.
This is a game in which a lot of athleticism came into play for both teams, and when Portland or the Golden State Warriors ran the basketball, they had a lot of success in regulation. And Buck Williams, who's done an excellent job of rebounding and running the floor on the finishing end of that one. Porter with the steal, and Portland's defense was very aggressive in that third quarter of play, and they were able to attack, keep the ball in the high percentage area, get good scoring chances. Cliff Robinson on the inside. The Warriors using Weber and Billy Owens to make plays. Weber missed, Billy Owens there to finish. You can see that Avery Johnson faked everybody in saying, I'm going to lob it, just gave it to Weber, and he was on the fly and threw that one down. Rod Strickland had a real strong game, particularly in the fourth quarter of play where he kept Portland in the ball game. Terry Porter working against Chris Mullin, and the Warrior defense got better. And whenever the Warriors forced a turnover, they were in transition. Latrell Sprewell with two hands over the top. You can see how many times the Warriors kept Portland deep out on the perimeter and setting up their offense. Earlier in the game, Portland was able to break it down, but they're forced to go outside again. James Robinson looking for the home run and the three ball, and he gets it. And it looked like Portland was going to be able to control the Warriors in a half-court situation. Again, whenever Portland was running, they were hurting the Golden State Warriors. Buck Williams right at the rim again against the defense of Chris Mullin. Jennings against Tracy Murray, and what Jennings was trying to do was get a three-point shot. He missed the first chance, but comes back with a good look with the space between he and Tracy Murray. And Jennings, who didn't play a lot, but in that surge in the third quarter, was instrumental in keeping the Warriors in the game. James Robinson with the miss. The ball is tipped out long to Latrell Sprewell. Now, Sprewell just pulls up on the fly, which is the best time, really, if you're going to shoot a three-pointer, because you have a chance to get it back because the defense isn't set, and knocks it down. So Sprewell, who's out there the entire ball game, was aggressive and made some big shots to keep the Warriors in, and that was a huge play by Cliff Robinson, catching it, throwing it back off the glass, but that was to keep Portland in the game. It looked like Portland was going to be able to control it with Strickland attacking against Avery Johnson. Portland had the ball and was trying to work for the shot in regulation, couldn't get it. Billy Owens gets it back, and they throw it into Weber. He scores, and it's a tie situation. Let's go to Bill Schonely.
Gentlemen, welcome to our Blazer Scoreboard Show. Those of you on radio here in the Coliseum and on Blazer Cable tonight, welcome our guest from the Golden State Warriors out of the University of Alabama. He had 33 big points in an overtime win for the Warriors, Latrell Sprewell, right here. Thank you very much, Latrell, for being with us. Playing time and minutes you definitely are getting. You're playing a lot of minutes.
Well, I love being out on the floor, and I love competing, so it's a lot of fun for me.
Well, tonight, defense brought your club back. For that matter, both teams, both being down by about 12. It was an interesting game.
Well, it was a lot of fun, but like you said, the defense was the key tonight, and we tried it. We're getting better at that defense, and our team, we're playing hard. We're real young right now, but I think we're starting to get the concepts that the coaches want, and we're doing an excellent job of executing them.
Well, the trap paid off for you folks tonight.
Well, we got some steals to get back in the game, but we just had to keep playing hard, and we never got our heads down.
You're not bashful about stopping on a dime and shooting that three-pointer, are you?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, I look to shoot that shot a lot.
Well, you had 3 of them tonight. They were very big, 33 points. But in the end, it was the Billy Owens to Chris Webber show in overtime.
Well, those two guys really stepped up for us in overtime, and then we needed that. You can't win a game by yourself. You need a team effort, and I think we had that tonight.
Tell me about your team. Everybody is well knows if they're an NBA fan of all the injuries that the Warriors have had, and yet you're right in the thick of the battle. And as you and I were talking a short while ago before we went on, that the standings are beginning not to lengthen, but to shorten up. So it's going to be quite a race.
Well, like I said, we're young. We're just playing hard right now. I think that's why we're competing right now and playing well. Hopefully we'll be right there towards the end, but we have a lot to learn, and like I said, we're young, so hopefully we'll get a lot better.
You definitely are young, and you're very quick, and you've got good young legs and everything. I've got to ask you, I know Latrell has a plane to catch, but your former teammate at the University of Alabama, now a Blazer, James Robinson, gave you little fits at half court towards the end of the ball game. Tell me about James.
Well, he's a good friend of mine. I know, what can I say? I love the guy. You know, we're just good friends, and you know, I have nothing negative to say about him at all.
You tried to back him down one time, and he wanted to block your shot. He did get you to go to the free throw line.
Well, he blocked my shot at our place, and he kind of talked to me about that, you know. So I said I'll get him back in Portland.
Well, you did it tonight. It was a nice overtime win, and thank you very much for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Latrell Sprewell. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Judging from the latest fashion trends, there's never been a better time to give Dad a cordless drill for Christmas. This gene controls a person's ability to organize tools. Unfortunately, it's recessive.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Charles, you are a role model.
I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Hey, Mike, I got my own shoes. My own initials on it.
Yeah? Well, I have my own shoes with my own name on it.
Well, can you do this in your shoe, Mr. I don't play anymore?
Yeah, but I don't have to. I'm retired.
I'm not. My shoes got this strap.
Laces.
Black.
White.
White's wimpy. And you can't keep it clean.
Size 13.
16.
Ooh. Not here.
Mine's got more.
I went ball first.
Did not.
Did too.
There's a little rugged individualist in all of us, and nothing brings that out quite like a truck. And nobody brings you a truck quite like Chevrolet. Make your money count on CK with low 4.9% APR financing until January 4th. After all, Chevy trucks are the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Being rugged could really catch on, don't you think?
Make your money count now through January 4th at your Northwest Chevy Geo dealer.
Final score in overtime, the Warriors prevailed by 2, 108-106. A nice young man, Latrell Sprewell. He loves that PT, doesn't he?
Well, he enjoys playing. He loves to compete, and certainly he's come up with some big ball games for the Warriors. The Warriors come back to Portland, steal a game that Portland had under control at the time. It really made a difference for them. They came up with the big plays. We'll take a look at the leading scores as we go back and look at the stats. Sprewell, 33. For him, Chris Webber, a big fourth quarter and overtime, and Victor Alexander, they were leading scores for the Golden State Warriors. Robinson and Strickland both with 27. Buck Williams and James Robinson. So both teams had some balance through their starting lineups. Billy Owens, leading rebounder, as Portland was out-rebounded in this ball game. Buck Williams continues to lead Portland off the glass. Field goal percentage, Portland had an advantage at the intermission, fell down. The Warriors stayed right where they were. And you look at the turnovers and steals. The Trailblazers had an edge in turnovers, and the Golden State Warriors with steals. Three-point field goal shooting, the Warriors were big tonight.
Well, you got to give the Warriors a great deal of credit down the stretch in overtime. They were really tough defensively.
They did the job. They forced Portland to be a perimeter team and not certain of where they wanted to attack, and it ended up costing Portland. As I said before, they did come up with a good play at the end to give themselves a chance to try to tie the ball game. Unfortunately, the ball didn't go in. So it's back to the drawing board for them as they get ready for the LA Clippers coming in here on Wednesday.
Clippers come in here on Wednesday. It'll be radio only. That'll be the final game of '93, and then, of course, 1 week from today, another Blazer cable game Karl Malone, Stockton, and the rest of the Utah Jazz. It'll also be a 5 o'clock game 1 week from today. So check your local cable company, and hopefully you'll be with us. So the Warriors prevail today by the final score of 108-106. I guess it's time to say goodnight.
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight. Wherever you may be, good night, everybody.